Just some random bullshit. This is the first time I ever used this, so this is not even anything.
Yeah, that's right. Trying something new.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, everybody? MuseMeTV. We are in the house, episode 197, with my guest, AJ Mathews.
What's good?
That's what's up, everybody.
What's going on? Yes, sir. The one and only, the greatest, biggest dick comedian in fucking Albuquerque.
Oh, shit. That's damn. I don't even know what to say to that. I feel like
start talking shit off the rip. Be like,
right.
Yeah, fuck all you little dick niggas.
Who can't handle this right now? Do I have another one here that could work for this? I don't. Oh well. That's stupid. Never mind. I need to fucking work on that some more. AJ, what is up, man? Thank you for coming to the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me, bro.
No problem. This is the studio. Everyone sees it and they're like, "Oh my god, it looks way bigger than it actually is." I'm just like, "What the fuck did you expect?" I live on Dickerson. It's small as fuck.
Yo, it's off Dickerson, bro. Come on.
It ain't gonna get any bigger than you think.
Right.
Oh man, but yeah, dude. This is my podcast. Fucking random shit. We just talk. We have a conversation. If we start losing topics, I got topic cards here, so we have something to talk about. But I mean, I've never had you on the podcast before.
No, yeah, first time, bro. This is
So
dope.
I want to learn a little bit more about you, maybe about what you're into, stuff that you do. What do you want? Let's start off with some comedy stuff.
With comedy? Okay, I was going to talk about my sex life for sure.
Yeah, that comes after a few drinks.
Right.
I get Davian in here, and he just has a few sauce, and he's like, I'm already ready to spill my emotions, so we're here to have some fun.
Bro, I feel so bad, man, because Davian, he's doing a show with me on March 19th. We're doing a Sunday service, right?
Okay.
And that's going to be lit. It's a good lineup. It's me, him, Sarah Kennedy, Sam Alvarado, Chuck Parker, Caleb Mulkey's hosting.
Dope.
But I forgot I had him on Instagram because I added him, but I never see his post or anything.
Yeah, he doesn't do any of that shit.
Yeah, so I forgot he was even on there. And then, like, I'm posting all the flyers, like, everybody's individuals and tagging them, and I post his, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have this guy's Instagram, which I thought I did. So I searched his name, and nothing came up.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm going to just post it. And then, like, literally a few minutes later, like, all of a sudden, it just pops up in my feed. I was like, son of a bitch.
There he
I
is.
was like, and there he is. I saw him. He was like, yeah, you just tried to sun me? I was like, nah, bro. It's not even like that.
It's the first time, man. What was I supposed to do?
Yeah, bro. I felt so bad, though. So now I feel like every time I post something, I'm going to just tag him in random stuff. Like, Davian's going to be there just so you guys know. Just follow him.
Just even that video that you showed me, tag him in that. Just to tag him on it.
For real, bro. Just like, hey, man, just so you know I have you on Instagram now.
That's what's up. So you have a couple shows coming up?
Yeah, man. Doing, let's see, the roast battle on the 15th.
I'll see you
Going
there.
against Cardo Mad. That's going to be interesting, bro. I think he's going to fucking, because you got to think, bro, like, he's fat as shit. So, like, immediately everybody's like, oh, he's got to go for the fat jokes.
Yeah, that's what everyone's probably thinking.
Yeah, everybody's like, he's got to do the fat jokes. And it's like, I don't want to just do fat jokes, but, like, that's all. Like, if you think about it, what else can you really talk about on him?
What else do you baby mama issues, I guess?
I mean, yeah, but who doesn't have baby mama issues? Like,
Here,
come on, bro.
no,
Like, it's out. Exactly. Like, that's. So I feel like I'm trying to, like, find things about him that I can just pick out when I see him, just, like, immediately go into. But it's probably going to be it's going to be a lot of fat jokes, honestly, probably.
There you go.
Which sucks. I feel like it's a dick move to just make a bunch of fat jokes, but I mean, you know.
I think that's what most roast battles are like. I mean, when you get into the nitty gritty and you start talking about like, oh yeah, I know this guy and he does all of this stuff. Nobody else knows that.
Yeah.
And that kind of like detours it a little bit. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm going on the roast battles too, and I'm going against Libby T. And I know some stuff about Libby T, but who else is gonna know that she was a tugboat captain? Like, that's not a thing that everyone knows.
Tell them the T stands for testosterone.
All right. I was like, she's the Liberty in I don't know, something stupid. See, when I first saw her, I thought her name was Liberty. So I was like, I got to make a joke about that. I was so stupid. I thought she was Liberty.
Yeah.
But something like that is just roast battles are hard though, man.
They can be tough, bro.
You get in there and you're just like, oh man, this joke is gonna kill. I had a great joke for Caleb Mulkey one time. He's from Texas. Gonna talk about the Cowboys. The first thing I said is like, who's a Cowboys fan? Everyone goes crazy. So obviously my Cowboys joke is not going to go so well because everyone loves the Cowboys. And that shit was horrible.
Nah, yeah, man. If I was you, I wouldn't even been like, who's a Cowboys fan? In New Mexico, that's like half the room every time.
Yeah, like either Denver, Oakland, or Texas, right?
Yeah, it's
Dallas
always
Cowboys.
one of those teams. Yeah, and it's weird, bro, because for a place where we don't have like our own like sports team, we take sports so seriously.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, like Cowboys fans get pissed, bro.
Yeah.
Like they lose, they're like, "Fuck you, don't talk to me." It's like,
Yeah, you don't know anything about football. I don't, but that's the point.
yeah, I know they fucking lose a lot.
That's why they're the joke of the fucking team of the NFL.
Yeah, facts, bro.
I don't know any other team that they make fun of a lot, but
Other than nobody gets made fun of like the Cowboys, bro.
yeah, so
There's nobody out there getting laughed at like the Cowboys. Not a single, like, no.
that's hilarious.
Man. But yeah, I got the roast battles. Then on the 19th, we're doing Sunday service at Dry Heat Comedy Club. That's going to be fun. Sunday at 7:30, March 19th. Like I said, me, Davian, Sarah Kennedy, Caleb Moakley, Sam Alvarado, Chuck Parker. We're just going to have a good fucking time. I'm going to just talk a lot of shit.
Grab those tickets.
Oh, yeah, grab the tickets. I always post a link. Follow me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just AJ_. I always post ticket links all the time. Just click on it, buy a ticket. You don't even have to show up. Just buy the fucking ticket.
Yeah, exactly. I think I did the Sunday service for last month.
Yeah.
And it was hot, like 7 tickets, so it was like, people there, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's hit or miss. Sometimes, like, it was cold as fuck that night. I don't think people were trying to go out and go see comedy and like.
Oh no, dude, that's nothing. I did a show at Dry Heat on a Monday, and it was like literally like 30 seconds from being canceled, and last minute 2 people bought tickets.
Oh really?
Bro.
That's it though, just those 2.
It was those 2 people and comics.
The free comic thing with like comics getting for free.
Well, so there was Carla Vasquez. She was outside. She was trying to get people to come to the show, and then there was Tyler Lovely hosting. Me and Libby were on there as features, and then there are these 2 comics from California.
Oh, okay.
So, sure enough, like we're sitting there in the green room and we're just shooting the shit, talking about whatever, and then they're like, "Oh, 2 people just bought tickets," and we're like,
so the whole time they were talking about like canceling it.
Yeah, it was getting to that point because so I mean we could have did a show still, but what would have been the point to an empty room? We could have just worked on jokes real quick, I guess. But,
open mic or something.
Yeah, but that's pointless, So once they bought tickets, they were like, "All right, I mean, we could refund them, or you guys could give these 2 people the best comedy show they ever had." And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure they had fun, but at the same time, it was just like one of those moments where you're like, "This is kind of tough," like. Because because everybody in the room, it's like we're all just talking to each other, basically. It's like we're having a conversation. Like, one person has a microphone and we're having a conversation. It even got to the point, personally, I just put the microphone down. I was like, you guys can fucking hear me.
Yeah, that's a part of the comedy show, too. Like, just like, why am I even doing this? And that's funny.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need the microphone. And then I just kept talking to him. I just ran through different bits. And then it got to the point where it's almost like riffing on, like, daily shit, just like something that happened that day, and then just trying to keep riffing on it for a little bit.
Okay.
But it was fun, man. Like, I just did, like, I think like quick 5 minutes for him. Okay. Nice. So it was easy. The guy, he was like, "I'm a fan of comedy. That's why we came." And then so in the back of my mind, I was like, "Dude, you should bring her to a comedy show on like a Friday,
yeah,
or, like a weekend, because then like you see it's a bunch of people in here. She probably have way more fun because it was definitely their date night."
Okay.
And I was just like, "Fuck, I feel bad just because he, like, like my thing is like when you bring a date to a comedy show, like." You're only gonna get pussy if it's a good show.
Yeah.
Like
if it's worth it, yeah.
Yeah, if it's like worth the show. Like if you bring a girl to a comedy show and it's just like dry, like it's dry as fuck, she's gonna be dry later too.
Yeah,
Like,
she's not happening. It's like I don't even feel anything right now.
Yeah, she's like, I just want to go home. And that's a lot.
That's one of those things too, where it's kind of like, is she a fan of comedy or is she just trying to tag along to see what's going on?
Yeah, she seemed like she enjoyed it, but in the back of my mind, I was like, yo, did she really? Like, I wish I had, like, was able to get it, like, social or something just to be like, "Hey, bro, so how'd the rest of your night go?"
Yeah, there you go.
Like, in my mind, and then we were just cracking jokes saying, like, "Look at this. He rented out a whole comedy club just for you." Yeah. Like, okay.
That's kind of funny. I would totally laugh at that shit.
So, I mean, that got some laughs and stuff, but I just felt like watching their, like, body language. He was laughing at jokes, but you could see her. She was kind of like, So I was like, well... they're not all winners, but we're trying.
She like looks at him and just like, yeah, I'm supposed to be laughing too.
Yeah, it was like one of those things. And I mean, that's what always sucks when you do a small show too, is like, you can get them laughing, but man, like it's tough to get them like once you get them going, that's it. Like they're on beat, like you're getting all the laughs, but when you're doing small crowds, like, your jokes are here, you're kind of getting those.
It's like, it's like throwing snowballs, but when you have a bigger crowd, at least it's like a snowball effect,
Yeah,
it starts off small and it's going to grow.
It gets bigger.
Yeah. But this one, you're just like, fuck, I missed. I got you.
Like, yes, fuck, I missed again.
Damn it. I've had those shows before, so I understand that shit.
So that one was very interesting. But yeah, I got that. And then at the end of the month, doing King of the Ring at Bourbon and Boots on the 29th. I'm also going to be posting that ticket link too. And that one's going to be dope because it's me, Josh Fournier, Buck D, Trip. I think who else?
Jared is on there too.
Jared Ostrom. Chuck Parker just got added on there. Jake Otero, Cardo Mad. There's 2 other. Luis Powell, Black Mike. I'm definitely missing somebody. I know I'm missing somebody for sure.
So is that's a contest, right?
So it's a contest, but what's dope is like, you know how a lot of times like we do contests and then it's kind of like unless you win, you don't really get shit. Like for example, like the Gong Show.
Yeah.
So this one at least he's still gonna try and pay everybody out something like who performs, and then whoever wins, his plan is in the summer, Bourbon and Boots is letting him do like a huge like kind of like pretty much like kind of comedy festival there. I don't know the details of it, but whoever wins is gonna be his main headliner for that. So that way it can kind of like.
Because he already has like a female for that one too, right? Are they kind of using that one too? Because I know he had the Queen of the Ring, yeah.
So the Queen of the Ring, what he did from that one was he used whoever won to be the first female headliner for Bourbon and Boots. Because up until that point, I think only Sarah Kennedy, A. Marie, and like maybe 1 or 2 other females had ever performed. It wasn't like they weren't getting booked as often at Bourbon and Boots because I mean it just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like once he did that, like Isabel Madley got to headline as the first female headliner, and I think what he wants to do is bring them back in the summer for like their own show again, and then probably even do like an all women show, which would be cool. Because then it just gets more attention towards women in comedy.
Yeah, diversify the whole men dominate comedy.
Yeah, which is crazy because like when you think about it, bro, like women comics are on the fucking rise, bro. Yeah. There's some funny females out there.
But then you have other comics that have just like ruined it for the females. You're just like Amy Schumer, just like wah, wah, wah.
Bro, what's so crazy about Amy Schumer, bro, is like I think where she fucked up is like trying to claim that she was like funny enough to be getting paid like a Dave Chappelle or something. It's like, bro, even like when you look at that, like there's male comics who you're just like they're funny. They're not Dave Chappelle funny. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you're not going to you're not getting paid Dave Chappelle money. And I get it, like, equality and pay, but you also got to look at, like...
the time, the effort.
Yeah, like, if you're really that funny, I could see it. But, like, Dave Chappelle's one of those names, like Kevin Hart, He's going to put asses in, like, seats.
There
like, that's... Like, you're definitely going to have probably a sold-out show. It's going to be funny. Like, a lot of people are going to tune in for it, things like that. And I just don't see that with Amy Schumer. Because even when I watched her special, like, it was cool, but, like, I was like, whatever. Like, like, there's definitely other female comics, so I'm like, nah, they probably could do better than what you did. Like, like Amy Wong, for example, like, she's funny as shit.
There you go. I love how,
or is it, did I say that right? Amy Wong? No, it's not Amy Wong. It's,
Ali
Wong.
Ali Wong.
I'm thinking Amy Wong from fucking Futurama.
It's
I was just watching that shit. I was just watching Futurama. Now I'm racist towards Asians. I'm sorry to the Asian community. Forgive me. That's my bad. It's not okay. Why?
I know what. Out of all of the sound effects, that one's
God.
there. He just dropped a nuclear bomb.
Right. Oh, good. I feel like we shouldn't drop a nuke for the Asians. That's just as bad. I feel like oh man.
No, that's the point of this podcast, man. We have fun. There's no holding back, because that's the worst thing about like cancel culture now. Is just like you can't say anything. Everything's just so taboo, and it's just like, well, we're not even making fun of it in the way you're thinking. It's a simple joke, simple mistake. There you go. Not like he thought of this since he was coming to the podcast. He was gonna get the name wrong, and it's just like, no, dude, you're just no. You're turning it.
She was the Futurama character of the day the other day. That's literally it. That's what it was. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Well,
Ali Wong.
There was a male comic too that came from New York. He was with Steven Rogers. His name was Peter Wong.
Yeah,
that's not his name, but he goes by that because it's like it's funny. Like it's one of those things where you're just like, oh, another Wong, like
another Wong. Oh man, see, and that's funny. I wish I could like do something like that, but it's not like I could be like, oh look, another Jackson in comedy. It's not that many Jacksons in comedy.
Yeah,
like, I could be like, oh, my name's AJ Chappelle. They'd be like, any relation? No, but check out my show.
Yeah, right. You can even tag Chappelle just to use your like last name if you wanted to on that.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't. I feel like if you, like here's my fear about tagging like these like really popular comedians is like one day they're just gonna be bored and they're gonna feel like talking shit about people in their DMs or in their mentions, and it's just gonna be me like making a joke and he's gonna be like, you fucking suck. You know, like, or just straight lambaste me, bro, and I'm like,
Oh, but I don't know. That's the internet though. There's so much haters out there. Like, I even post clips where I get laughs and they're just like, oh, you suck. You could actually work on your stuff, or like, this isn't even that funny. I'm just like, dude, everyone in the room was laughing. Like, give me that. Give me that. I mean, just because you weren't there or you don't like it as much, like, get over yourself.
No, facts, bro. That's why I hate like posting some of my videos on like YouTube, because YouTube's the biggest place for fucking trolls. When it comes to like your comedy videos or like skits you post, like they'll immediately be like, pick just the randomest thing out about it. You know what I mean? Like, I posted one about like talking about like how like after you like shave your like dick, and it was that audio where it's like, oh, the hoes gonna love this, and that was it. And I posted that, and some dude's like, "Ha, you said peaches, gay." I was like, bro, like, you never heard somebody call them peaches before? Like, that's I feel like that's a normal thing to call them.
I mean, they have an emoji for it, for God's sakes.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't even know what to say to that, bro. Like, all right, yeah, fuck it, you got me, I'm gay, bro.
Yeah, or I'll just like and fucking give them the heart just to be like, oh, I acknowledge that you said something on my fucking short.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was just like, all right, cool, bro, thanks.
That's funny as fuck.
Fucking gay, I guess.
Well, another thing I wanted to talk about was the whole opening up for Theo Von.
Oh yeah.
How was that? Like, that sounds like it would have been like a heart rush, like seizure endorsing.
Dude, it was, but at the same time, like, I think what made me like keep my cool was like when I was in the green room back there, everybody was just talking to me like I was just like I had been on tour with them the whole time. You know, everybody was real cool. Like, fucking, nice. It was so it was me, Kurt Fletcher, Maddie Smith, Ari Manis, and then Theo Von headlining. And so I got there, and it was just Ari Manis and then like the camera guy and the road manager. Okay. So, you know, we're all just chopping it up, whatever. They're like, hey, man, we're ordering food. Like, you know, let us know what you like, this and that. And I was like, dang, appreciate it. You know, I'm thinking like, oh, whatever. That's just, you know, courtesy, because they didn't want to be eating in my face, whatever. But then, like, the more it goes on, I'm like, yo, they're acting like I'm just another one of the team. Like, Ari's over here taking a shower on his fucking live and just like chilling, and I'm like, and he's like talking to us from the shower and shit. I was like, wow, this is interesting.
They had a shower back there?
Yeah, bro, which I thought was crazy. Yeah, I was like, bro, in my mind, I'm like, you're taking a shower before the show, and I was like, I mean, I guess that's a good way to feel, because then you feel all clean and shit. You know,
ready to go into it. Yeah,
and then Maddie Smith came back there, and like, what's so crazy is one of the people before she came back there, they're like, yeah, she's on Wild 'N Out, and I was like, Maddie Smith I was like, the white girl from Wild 'N Out. I was like, I know who you're talking about. She's funny. She came back, bro. They put so much makeup on her for Wild 'N Out. Yeah, I didn't even recognize her at first. Like, It took me a second. I was like, you're Maddie Smith, huh? And she was like, yeah. She was like, I was like, Wild 'N Out, right? She was like, yeah, you didn't recognize me without the makeup. And I was like, honestly, no, not at first. I was like, it took me a second.
Hollywood's a different story, man.
Bro, yeah, because like when I looked at her, I was like, dang, that's crazy. And then in the back of my head, I was like, man, I should try and fuck.
She's trying to fuck.
Nah, I was like, I fuck around, get like a quick paycheck, like, yo, you know, I need a sugar mama. What's up?
And nothing happened. And then give it
nah, bro. Nah.
Oh man, I really gotta work on this thing, but there's some funny shit in there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh man.
But no, bro. Yeah, nothing came. I wasn't even gonna try, bro. I fucking had baby balls that whole night. I was like, bro, I just want to go out there. I just want to get laughs at this point. I just
balls turn into ovaries.
Oh yeah, bro, I just hope I get some fucking laughs. Like, that's all I'm thinking. Like, Kurt fucking getting in my head before. He was like, you ever done a show here before? You ever done a crowd this size? This and that. I was like, fucking Fletcher.
Turning his head to the side, like, have you?
He was like, yeah, man. He was like, it's a pretty big adrenaline. He was like, you nervous? I was like, not till you said some shit, but I mean, fuck, bro.
Get in my fucking head, why don't you?
I was like, appreciate it, man. So I started just going over like all the jokes. I was like, okay, what's along the line? Because once I like realized it was for Theo Von, I was like, okay, they're looking for like some like crazy humor, like some wild shit. So I just started telling, like, you know, I was like, I got black jokes, I got Catholic jokes. I was like, let me tell some. Like, I just started telling all the jokes. I was like, these are funny, like fucking with the cougar, this and that, like, you know,
okay.
Just different jokes. And I was like, these will get laughs. And then so, you know, of course I'm up first. I got like my little 5 to 7 whatever, tell my jokes, and like I'm just hearing the laughs grow as I'm like telling jokes, and I was like, this is fucking nice, bro. Like, you know, because people were starting to walk in. Because, you know, I'm the opener. Nobody's really in there for the opener yet.
I wasn't even there.
Yeah, see?
Like, I didn't come in. I didn't even get to see Kurt. I was so pissed. I was like, oh, we're late. Damn it.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. I was like, it's people in here, but I was like, I can tell. Like, you know what I mean? They're coming in. Like, I could see from the door, like, people are walking down the aisle and stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, people are starting to fill in now. So I just kept ripping through my bits. And then by the time I got upstairs, they were like, dude, you had, like, at least another probably, like, 30 seconds. I was like, really? I was like, I mean, I probably could have got another joke in, but at the same time, I told myself, this is one of those moments where you don't want to step on somebody's toes.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to just get off. And then what was dope is Kurt didn't know he was supposed to introduce Maddie. So I introduced Kurt Fletcher.
Oh, tag. They were tagged. I think they call it tagging.
Like, yeah, like one after the other. Like, basically, I introduced Kurt. He introduced Maddie. Maddie introduces Ari. Ari does Theo.
Yeah.
But when that happened, they were like, I don't think he knows he's supposed to introduce her. They just sent me back out there to introduce her. So I was like, what do you want me to say? And she was like, just say the girl from Wild 'N Out. She was so fucking, she's like, I don't need some big ass intro, bro. I was like, oh, cool. That's dope.
So much easier, right?
Yeah, I was like, cool. And so I just got to introduce her. I thought that was probably like one of the highlights of my night. I was like, yo, she's on fucking TV. Y'all better make some fucking noise.
There you go.
Be hyped for this shit.
You saw me? Now this chick was on TV.
I was like, she's going to be twice as funny as me. I was like, fuck yeah, she's going to get some laughs.
That's so sick. That theater looks dope. Like,
yeah, it was cool as fuck, bro.
Like I said, we went to go see that show, and it was just like, damn, that's so cool.
Yeah, bro. And then what was really dope is, like, by the time it was over, so me and Kurt, we were just sitting there watching Theo, but I could tell, like, these guys are like, we're on tour with him, bro. We know what he's going to say.
They're
like,
just in the back on their
like,
phones
chilling.
and stuff.
Like, they're popping out every now and then to come, like, check on the show and stuff, but for the most part, they're just like, we're just going to chill, like, whatever. So I'm over there like, yo, I get, like, not even front row. I'm backstage to, like, this master class real quick, right, you know? Side, and I feel like it helped me a lot because I learned so much and just seeing how important it is as a comedian to be so active on bigger stages, you know? Like, you have to be able to move around. You got to, like, because I feel like that's what draws the crowd in from different angles. Like,
when you're, like, over here and over there.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Fuck, I just saw how ashy my hand is. Like, Jesus Christ. I was like, don't cut that part out.
This is live, dude, so there's no cutting out anything.
Fuck yeah, bro. You guys like this shit? No.
This is like the BS show.
Oh, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, but just no BS. Just kidding.
No BS.
No, those guys are cool. I love, what do they call him? Racist Larry.
Racist. Yeah, bro.
He's not racist. I just had to say that. It's
I don't think he's racist, but Larry's like one of those white guys who's like
very outspoken.
Well, no, he's just like, bro, the stereotype, like he's like one of those guys like, it's fucking true. Like, yeah, black people love chicken. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys like, yeah, every black person I know loves chicken. Like, hell yeah, that's a fucking true. Yeah. So I just think he's one of those people, but he's funny as fuck. He's cool as shit. Every time I see him, he's like, "What's up, AJ?" So I mean, I don't think he's racist because I don't think he'd ever just say "What's up" to a black guy if he was. So I mean,
that's fun. Yeah, that's true. And I've always tried to get him on my podcast too, but he's always behind the scenes kind of guy. He's like, "No, I can't do that." I'm just like, "Come on, dude, you've got stories, you've got things to talk about, man. Everyone wants to hear."
I kind of want to see him on a mic one day, like do it like either open mic or just do like 5 at a comedy show, just to see like some of the shit he would talk about. Because like you said, like being behind the scenes, he sees some wild shit. I bet
I can see that.
So I think it'd be interesting to just like see that where he's like, "Oh yeah, let me tell you about this one time we were doing a show and like this bitch came back. She was like off coke. She sucked all her dicks." You know? Like some wild shit. Like I just feel like he'd have some crazy ass
no
stories.
teeth at all.
Yeah, he's like, "But this is the fucking kicker, bro." It's like, yeah, man.
That would be funny. That guy's dope.
Yeah, Larry's cool as shit.
What is some expectations you have for the comedy scene here growing in Albuquerque? I mean, it's booming, man. I mean, we're getting more mics coming in, coming out. We're trying to establish more stuff. Like, what do you see happening here in Albuquerque?
I see Albuquerque becoming one of those places for like where like it's known like, hey, they got comics out there.
Pit stop.
Yeah, like people know like you stop in Albuquerque, they got people who can get laughs. They got places you can go do some time. You know, consistency. I think the main thing really what I see is just like us being like, as far as like the Southwest, not, you know, excluding, I guess I'd say like Texas from that, but in the Southwest being that place where it's like we're known for comedy.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Because, for example, you got like your Laugh Factories and stuff. You got New York, you got your like Chicago, your LA. But I feel like in the Southwest, we would be that place where people are like, no, you got to make a stop at Dry Heat Comedy Club, you know, or you got to, or wherever like it is they choose to make a stop at, like, but you got to stop and do a show here, you know?
Yeah.
Like you want to do time in Albuquerque because it's a good place to do some time, especially with the like, and I tell everybody, I feel like Albuquerque crowds are so different from anywhere else because we get so fucking rowdy, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, everyone wants to do something. They're just like, this is a spot to heckle, and it's just like, I don't know, man, go crazy. Like you can get a lot of good stuff out of here, man.
No, yeah, bro. Like I feel like our hecklers, like, while there's some wild hecklers, like you see the crazy videos, like, no, that's us every night. Like, nobody's afraid to just throw. Like, there's the comic who had like that beer can thrown at her, and it's like, I feel like that's something that could happen almost every night in Albuquerque if you're not paying attention. You know, if you really wanted it to, you could probably push somebody to that edge. You know, like I still laugh about the day this dude like. Tried to heckle me, and I just said his wife looks like a man, and he got so fucking pissed. And I was like, why are you mad, bro? You were heckling. And then I just, like, once he said he wanted to kick my ass, I was like, fuck you, bro. You're not gonna kick shit. Like, nah.
Like, this is fuck this. You came this you brought this heat.
Yeah. And then so I was like already about, like, Tyler already gave me the light. It was at a Voodoo Pizza Girl, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm gonna be here all fucking night. If you really want to box me, bro, I'm gonna be right over there in that seat. Yeah. Like, I'm not afraid.
And that was it, right? Nothing else came from it.
Yeah, he kept staring at me, and I was like, bro, I don't give a shit about you staring at me. Like, do you want to box or not? Like, that's just it, man. It's Albuquerque. This isn't the fucking Oscars. You're not gonna come up here and slap me and think shit's gonna go your way. No, you're gonna get your ass kicked. That's it. Like, we're gonna fight about it.
And you got that lengthy fighter kind of look to you, just like.
Nah, yeah. I tell everybody all the time, like, if somebody approached me on a stage like that, the fact that just about every stage we do time on is like raised up. As soon as I feel like you're coming at me hostile, I'm gonna just fucking kick you in the chest, bro. I'm gonna boot the shit out somebody. I'm like, fuck it. Like, hey, I don't know why you thought you could run up to me. Like, I don't know why you thought I wasn't gonna fight back.
Oh man, I saw this video one time on YouTube of this girl who was gonna heckle this like priest guy. This guy that like dresses up as a priest and does like Christian and like Catholic jokes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he just like, she came up, he got mad, and he literally just Spartan kicked her right in the chest, and everyone's just like, oh, but it wasn't, they got kind of upset at the comic, and I was just like, why would, she was gonna probably slap him or like pull his hair or something ridiculous.
Something weird, yeah.
Oh man, I don't even, I want to look for it so bad, but it just takes so much fucking time. But I think that was fucking hilarious that happens, and that happens a lot. Like, I did a show one time where it was just like 3 people in the audience, and this dude had like a huge beard. Like, he looked old as hell, and I was just literally like you look like it was his birthday, and he's like, oh, I just turned I think he said like 23 or something. I was like, oh dude, because you look like you're fucking 47 and it's horrible. And he threw a lighter at me, and I was just like, dude, is that really the only thing? That's it? And he's just like, that wasn't funny. And I'm just like, well, I'm gonna say it again, you look like you're 47. And he's just like, whatever, and that was it. Like, it was, again, they have this like, yeah, I'll do something, but then when it comes down to it, it's just like, you didn't do anything.
Nah, yeah, bro, that's what I'm like, don't get me wrong, like, Albuquerque is not a place where like you could take people lightly, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and be a bitch about it. Like, no, okay, fuck it, I said it, bro. Like, go with your move, man. Like, do what you feel like you got to do, but don't sit here and tell me you're gonna kick my ass and all this shit just because I made a fucking joke about your wife. Like, so what, bro? Like, get over it. It's fucking 2023. Like, you're mad at me. She's literally in here, bro. She had on like baggy pants, a fucking biker chain, and a tank top. I'm like, bro, you should be mad at her for coming out the house like that. Like, why are you upset with me?
She wants to be included at that point.
Like, literally look at her, bro. Like, look at what she's wearing and tell me you don't think she's a butch lesbian, bro. Like, I was like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, we got some drinks here at MuseMeTV. I'm gonna get sauced. I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what like people like to drink, dude. This is just random stuff that I had in the fucking freezer. Yeah. This is probably the best tasting you've ever tried, Screwball.
Yeah, the peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, that shit is so good. And
this is my cup right here?
Yeah, that's yours.
Oh, yeah, let's do it, bro.
That end, I got some Tito's, some Southern Comfort, and fucking triple sec.
Triple sec. Yeah. Oh shit. That's that alcoholic shit right there, bro.
Don't you make like mixed drinks with that shit though?
Yeah, but I mean, if you just buy it straight up, bro, yeah, you're just drinking that out the bottle. Yeah, man, it's an interesting time.
Yeah, dude. So fucking, I don't know, man. It's a crazy time. Did you watch Chris Rock's special?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit's hilarious.
Dude, I love how it was such a live event, dude. Like a live event. Like you had to tune in live. They had a pregame thing, and then the after party. Yeah. I was just like, this is so sick. Like, this is everything that I've wanted in comedy. Like, it's like a live show where you're actually there.
Yeah, bro. I wish they would do more of that because I think it's pretty dope. I think what sucks though, bro, I do Dinner Detective on the weekends sometimes, so I just couldn't see it live, bro. I was so mad. Because they had, I know Deion Cole was on the after show. And I was like, fuck, I wish I could have saw Deion Cole like crack some jokes.
Yeah.
Because he's funny as shit.
You want to take some of the anything you want, buddy? That's actually some moonshine there, made straight from the fucking straight from the hills of Taos.
Oh shit,
Taos,
bro.
New Mexico. It's got like a little what is it? Like a lemon taste to it.
Bro, I'm gonna get fucked up. I'm gonna just mix a little bit of everything. And see what happens.
Damn. Well, I'm gonna do this first, and then I'll go with you.
No, I'm just do some SoCo and some like peanut butter whiskey, and that'll be it. Like, it's a good mix, you know, peanut butter and then a little bit of Southern Comfort.
There you go. That's.
I didn't think about the ice ratio. That's where I fucked up.
No, nobody really thinks about it either. Usually you have like little actually like sauce glasses, you know, nice. No, you got a fucking Charizard cup that I fucking didn't wash right in the damn fucking
fucking love it
in the washer.
There's definitely gonna be like a little bit of paint chip in my teeth.
Cheers,
bro.
Thanks for coming, man.
Yeah,
it's always good to have
me,
new guests. It's always good to get to know people from the comedy scene because I mean, I've been doing this podcast now for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And like I've had everybody. I've had like burlesque dancers. I've had people from cosplay from like anime cons and stuff. My friends, band members, people that I used to play concerts with. So getting to know the whole community is just a crazy dude. I've had people on my podcast that ended up 2 years later going to jail for like attempted murder and shit like that.
Yo, that's fucking wild, bro. That's also fucking Albuquerque, man. Like attempted murder's a regular day out here.
You just don't expect it, dude. What's another? Oh, dude, I saw HBO Max had a new special with Damon Wayne, one of the Wayne brothers.
I think you're thinking Marlon.
Marlon, yes, Marlon. But his whole thing was just making fun of the Chris Rock thing. I was a little disappointed on that.
Wow.
It was like it was 35 minutes of him joking about like how he knew Chris and Chris is the reason, or he's the reason why Chris got slapped. Because like bad juju and stuff like that. And I was like, oh damn, dude, I always watched you growing up with like other shows and stuff like that, and then I was expecting something like more original. Yeah. But that was just too much of that.
Yeah, there was one stand up he did where I was like kind of disappointed, not in the like jokes, because I was sitting at home like laughing. I was like, this is funny, but I was just disappointed the crowd he brings out. You know what I mean? Because like I realized something, man. Like eventually, like the people who come to your shows, like they see like, oh, he's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna go check. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go see Marlon Wayans or AJ, whoever, you know. But they're not actually like fans of comedy like that. They just were like, oh, that's a big name. We should just go see. And it felt like the people in the crowd were like laughing, but they weren't laughing the way like I feel his normal crowd would. You know what I mean? Like when I was looking at it, I was like, this doesn't even seem like the kind of crowd he typically does comedy for. Like, you know, I feel like he does jokes for like, you know, like middle class America, you know, like people who like really live through shit. It just seemed like it was a bunch of like uptight people in the crowd. I was like, that's got to be weird.
Oh man.
Yeah. So like they were giving them like laughs, but I was like, nah, bro, this shit like I was like, in any other setting, I feel like people would be busting up. Like, they would be laughing so fucking hard, you know? Yeah,
but I can see that. Like, you don't... I guess that happens, too, with our shows. Like, you don't really know the crowd until they get there. Yeah. And then you're just like, oh, man, that hits everywhere else. Like, what's going on here?
Dude, that's why I like Brew Labs, because, like, that's one of those crowds, like, it's, like, predominantly, like, you know, those white Rio Rancho folks. Like, they're a little bit, like, you know, stiffer. So, like... My favorite thing to do is just get up there and be like, I don't know if you guys realize, you know, this is a comedy show, so I'm going to just, you know, tell you guys jokes. I just want to know who's in the crowd. And I just start ripping into, I just immediately go with like, I play the race card for every white crowd. Because I'm like, if I can make a black joke and make you laugh, it's like, all right, you laughed at the black joke. You got to laugh about all this other shit now.
Yeah, that's
like,
actually good.
Like,
that's
don't,
actually really good.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know you can laugh and you guys like black jokes. I'm not going to sit up here and make black jokes all night. That's not what I'm going to do.
But I'm trying to get you to come out of your shell.
Yeah, like we can engage. So I know you like black jokes. That's cool with me. I like a good black joke too. You know what I mean? I like a good any joke, really. But at the same time, it's like, nah, bro, I want to see, like, first of all, you laugh? Okay, bet. Now, when I say the rest of the shit, don't be like, oh, that's fucked up. Whoa, hold on, champ.
Yeah, and that's weird how that happens too. Like, they laugh, but in a way where they're like kind of like, oh, like compared to like the straight up laugh right away. That's always been weird to me too. Yeah.
Oh, and I got that coming up too. I'm doing Brew Labs the first Thursday of April.
Nice.
That's gonna be fun, man.
I just did the Brew Labs last month. Yeah. But with the new regulation of it actually being rated R.
Oh, it's no longer like the blue like mic. It's like
no
like
more PG-13. Yeah.
Okay, because I know they were doing for a second. What she did was PG-13 for the regular show on Thursdays, and then she did a show on, I think it was like a Friday or a Wednesday. and they called it the Blue Show.
Okay.
And it was like rated R comedy.
More taboo and stuff.
Yeah, but I think what's happening is like Brew Labs is kind of starting, because the owner. So when I would go up there, bro, I would always toe that line. Like they'd be like PG-13, but I always like to push the boundary a little bit, especially if it's funny. And so like Karen told me, she was like, oh yeah, the owner actually likes you. You know, he thinks you're funny. He thinks a lot of us are really funny, and he likes our jokes, especially when we get like a little bit onto like that like darker humor.
Okay.
But I guess it was just a matter of like when sometimes like you're in there and it's like, bro, it's like kids in here still, you know. Like,
yeah, dude, it's so crazy.
Like it's tough. Like I remember the first time I ever went to a Brew Lab show, it was Kurt Fletcher headlining, Jamar Hall was on there, 2 other people I wish I could remember, but Jamar was the opener. And so Jamar opens up, he's like making jokes and he's like talks about drugs and stuff, and I was like, are you sure this is PG-13?
Yeah, where's the line here?
And there's this lady at the bar with her kid. And the kid, he's always there. Actually, that lady, she's like usually always there for the show. I haven't been there in a while, but normally she would always be at every single Brew Lab show. I'd even ask her, like, where's your son at? You know, if she didn't have him. And so, if she didn't have him, never mind. So, like, Jamar makes all those jokes, whatever. And then Kurt gets up there, he started ripping jokes. And then, like, he said something about, I think, like cocaine or something. She's like, all right, this is no longer a kid's show. And I was like, when the fuck was it? I was like, Jamar was up here, he said nigga like 6 times. He talked about weed. He talked about cocaine. Like, where was the line drawn when Kurt got up there talking about cocaine? Yeah,
no, that's what's so crazy about that. Like, even thinking of the jokes you're telling sometimes, you don't think that it isn't rated R. Like, you know, amateur porn, like, I didn't say anything about having sex or anything. All I just said was amateur porn. Isn't that still in the line of, like, PG-13? Like,
well, I think also, too, like, when I look at it, I'm like, bro, when I was 13, like, fuck yeah, I knew about all this stuff. Like, the stuff I was saying at 13, I probably wouldn't even say sometimes as an adult in certain situations. You know what I mean? Like, 13-year-olds are talking about some pretty messed up stuff these days.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, bro. You can't really... I feel like that's what sucks, too, sometimes in comedy is, like, we try and like draw a line in the sand where it's like, hey, we can't go past this point, but it's like the whole purpose of comedy, I feel, is to push the boundary. We're supposed to push the envelope every single time.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think it's weird when people like try and say like, don't say these things, and I'll respect it, but at the same time, it just makes me feel like I can't really do comedy if we're talking about there's a boundary, you know? Because I feel like the only boundary in comedy is like it has to be funny.
Yeah. If it isn't funny, then that's where the audience lets you know it's not funny.
Exactly.
It's not anything like, they're... But then, okay, here's what... Dude, cancel culture. Like, is that something to worry about, though, in comedy?
I don't think we should. I think because our whole goal, really, like I said, push the fucking envelope to make people laugh about these things that are, like, tough to deal with in everyday life. Like, we're supposed to make these jokes about politicians, about, like, what's hot in, like, news and media, like... That's why, like, I feel like transgender jokes, if they're good jokes, I feel like you can't really be mad, man. Because, like, here's my thing, like, with that is, like, if I tell a transgender joke and you don't laugh, but then I tell a black joke, you're like, why is the black joke funny to you all of a sudden?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
See that,
like, you're upset because I made fun of your, like, whatever, like, your issues or whatever, like, topic it is that's going on with you, but... You're laughing at the fact that black people get like pulled over by cops all the time. You know what I mean?
And there is a line on that. If you think that's funny, but you don't think that's funny, then that's a personal thing.
Yeah, that's like Chris Rock was saying, like selective outrage. Like you want to be mad because you feel like you should be offended by these things, but it's like you're forgetting like the whole thing it's a joke. I don't like, and that's why like at one point I used to tell people like, you know, like all the stuff I say it's just jokes. Like don't be upset, whoop whoop, this and that. But now I'm kind of just like, no, fuck that. If you get offended, like that's on you. Yeah, it's not my fault you're offended. It's like, especially like you said, if the crowd's not laughing, like it was a bad joke, I get it.
That's the crowd. That's a collective thing.
Exactly. But if it's funny, people are laughing, I don't want you coming up to me after the show like, hey, just so you know, I didn't appreciate that joke. And it's like, okay, you didn't appreciate it, but you're the one in this room of 50.
Where's the problem here?
Exactly. So 98% of the room laughed at it, but you didn't. I feel like it's you that's the problem.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know, bro. Like, hopefully cancel culture doesn't get to comedy because I feel like it's one of the last true forms of free speech. You know what I mean? Like, because if you think about it, social media, you go on there, they try and, like, delete your pages. You can't really say what you want on your social media anymore because, like, it's kind of controlled by whoever owns that social media. Like, for example, Facebook. Like, I don't see what's the point in the fact, like, on Facebook, if you call somebody, like, a bitch or something, they're like, hey, we're going to ban your account for, like, 15 days. Yeah. Why? Because I called my friend a bitch?
I know, right?
I'm going to call him a bitch. Yeah, I'm going to call him a bitch to his face tomorrow. Like, I'm literally going to say it to his face.
Do I need to record it so you see that there's, like, no nuance here?
Yeah, like, what's the point, you know? So I think it's just crazy how far censorship is going on, like, online. That comedy in person needs to be that place where it's like, no, we can say what the fuck we want. You know, like, we can talk about whatever we want. We can have these conversations. We can make these jokes. Like, for example, like, Cardo Mad laughed really hard. I had a funny joke. I think it's fucking hilarious. I told that joke at Lizard Tail, my opener, bro, about like, oh, I get pulled over so much. They gave me a punch card.
Oh yeah.
You know, like 10 punches, you get a hashtag. If you really get that joke, it's fucking hilarious. Like, but it's another thing where it's like it kind of pushes boundary. It makes people uncomfortable. Or like, one time, like, personally, I like to say nigga on every show, just because I want people to hear the word, so that way they're kind of like, okay, this is like one of those moments where we're gonna say whatever the fuck we want. Yeah. You know what I mean? And this lady came up to me after a show one time and was like, she was a black woman. She was like, just so you know, like, I think, you know, it's 2023. We don't have to say nigga in comedy and this and that. And I was like, you're right. I don't have to say it. I'm gonna still say that shit. Like, yo, I'm gonna say it. Like, it's. Like, you're right. If there's a comic who doesn't want to say nigga, more power to you. That's all you. Yeah. If I want to say it, though, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say on stage. Like, people are laughing. I had a good set. One word. Like, and I think what made her uncomfortable is the fact that, like, and I could see why she was uncomfortable with it. She was there with her coworkers, and she had, like, all white coworkers. And they were dying through my set, bro. They were laughing. They were engaging, whatever. But I think for her, it's just like, I got to work with these people tomorrow, and they're going to probably be trying to tell me these jokes. Like, remember when he was like, these niggas crazy? It's like, nah. And I was like, well, that's, you know, like, that's another conversation, though.
And that's again, the person on themselves. Like, it's a joke. And that's what we do, is to get those jokes repeated, to people to remember those jokes. Yeah. I mean, it's a white crowd. If they remember that joke and they're just constantly trying to tell other people, like, I saw this great black comic and he kept saying the N-word and it was so funny. But yet, don't get offended by it just because they're like, oh, well, he should have never said the N-word because now they're bringing it to me. No, they're trying to bring you into the same collective mind that we're all having. Yeah. That it was funny. He was saying it. Everyone's laughing. Like,
yeah. Like when I talk about, like, the joke, like, Jesus is a black man, like, white people love that shit. They love it because it plays into the stereotype of black men. You know what I mean?
That's another crazy thing too, is because, like, you can't really say, like, oh, everyone knows who Jesus was. Like, you can't. Like, I've been watching this show on Hulu called The History of the World Part 2. Yeah. And there's a skit where Jesus is a black man. Like, it's hilarious. It's so funny.
It's fucking true, bro.
Can't bring it around that in that sense.
Yeah, man. So I think fuck cancel culture. Like, we just gotta keep pushing the envelope, bro. Like, if you're a comedian, like, don't let anybody try and censor your comedy. Like, the only rule literally is to be funny. And from day one, that's the only rule I've been following. It's like, yo, be funny.
That's good. That's a good rule to follow, especially in comedy. Like, yeah. What are you going to do? Fucking start doing ventriloquism?
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, and I think that's such a weird thing, is like, when you can tell when comics are trying to be more PC for the crowd, or when they're trying to, like, hold back some of those jokes. And that's why I always like Jess Wood, because Jess, it doesn't matter what show she's on, she's gonna let the jokes fly. She's gonna let it rip, you know. Or even Buck, he's another one. He'll always, like, make, like, whatever fucking joke he wants to when he's up on stage. Or if, like, somebody gets offended, I actually, one time he immediately addressed it. Somebody was like, oh, he was like, oh, don't all that shit. And then somebody was like, you can't say that. He was like, why the fuck not? They gave me a microphone. I was like,
there you go.
Like, facts, bro. They told him to come up there and tell jokes. These are his jokes, man. Like,
yeah, I think he's a pretty good pioneer of, like, the comedy here in this scene. Yeah. Because he kind of pushes the envelope, and then it, like, you see it and you're just like, I think I can do that too. I should try to do that, because if I don't, then I'm just kind of like wish-washing. That sounds like such a white word. I'm wish-washing my comedy. It's not as the potential it can be. Like, I should be calling myself like a spick all the time, or like a wetback. Like, there's no problem with that, dude, because so many people relate with that.
Yeah, and what's so crazy is, like, and I tell people this all the time, like, if you ever hear me make a joke about another race, I never call them a slur. Except for crackers. I say crackers. I'm not gonna lie, but that's one of those words. How mad can you be at the word crackers?
Well,
like, you know what I mean?
I watched this show. Have you ever heard the show on YouTube called Kill Tony?
Yeah.
I saw recently that there was this black woman who would she would relate the word cracker to different people. Like if you're like an alcoholic, you're like a firecracker, or like if you're like a white person, you're just like, like a cracker, just a regular cracker. But she did so good with relating it to all the races. It was so good. I have to send you that, dude. It was so good. I was just like, I can't believe she did something like that, because it kind of brings out that like cracker isn't as bad as you think it is.
Nah, yeah, it's really, that's not the worst word. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a point where it's like you're definitely pushing the envelope when you just say like, and this is what I mean by like, I'll never just like lambaste somebody racially, like how you were just like listing off all these Hispanic slurs. I never use Hispanic slurs because I don't feel the need to. Like unless it's something where I'm just like, hey, did you just say that? Like maybe if I'm addressing something, I'll be like, this is the word, whatever. But I'd never just try and say like, oh, all these like you said, like all these wetbacks, this and that. Like I'm not gonna be that guy. You know what I mean? Like that's too far. Or like when people try and like put down a whole race, I hate that shit. You know what I mean? Like if you're making a joke about them, like you're just saying like some like random Mexican joke, okay, might be funny, but you can definitely see where there's that line where some comics are just like super racist about it. Like they're just like, nah, I'm gonna be like for example, everybody wanted to be, who was it, Louis C.K.? Yeah. When he said nigga, everybody was so hyped, like, oh, I'm gonna try and make a joke where I say nigga, and it's like, it's not funny, bro. That's the problem. Yes. Like you're not getting it. Like your jokes are literally just pushing the, like now you're just playing on the race card without actually getting laughs for it.
Or being smart about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the way you use it. And I feel like that's, and like I said, there's no rule to comedy. Like if you're going to make the joke, make it. But like if you're not getting laughs with it, it's a reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because everybody's like, nah, that's just not funny. Like you're just being a dick.
I think it's weird though how that works in some sense, because like I used to have this binary rapper joke, and like you know what I'm talking about, right?
001. Everybody say 0. Everybody say 1.
Yeah, and then like at the end, I'm just like, oh my god, we all just said the N word, but I used a soft 1, not a hard 0. Yeah. And that's kind of like a good sense of like a knowledge base where just like, dude, nobody knows binary code. Like nobody knows exactly what the whole concept of that is. And they just automatically think like, oh, this guy is so, dude, I splur out random numbers. I don't even say any particular thing.
Zeros and ones.
Yeah, dude. And that blows me away, because when I first did that joke, Royal is the one that helped me with that punchline at the end, that tag. Yeah. He's like, oh, like, dude, you should say this. And I started to say that, and I would get some laughs. I would get some people that liked it. But if like, I did it one time at, I think it was at the Founders, and like hard silence, and I was just like, well, am I not presenting the joke good enough, or am I not bringing the energy in the joke enough? And then I did it one time at Juno, killed the room. Like it was a great joke. So like, where is that, like, you know, that boundary where, and that's, I think, knowing the crowd, right?
Yeah, that's knowing the crowd, bro. And like, for example, like you're like, if you're like if you have like hardcore race jokes, that shit probably hits in like Arkansas. You know what I mean? Go for it in fucking Arkansas, bro. Right, take that shit to Nebraska real quick. You know, like, oh, you're fucking hilarious. But at the same time, like you said, it's knowing your crowd and knowing that like there's certain things where it's like now you're just being offensive to the crowd. Yeah. You know? And there's none, and again, like I said, like I'm not ever going to tell you can't make the joke. My only thing I'm going to tell you is shit, be funny when you fucking say it. Yeah. You know? Like that's it. Just make sure that shit's funny. That's why I think that's what like so many people are like, oh, cancel like comedians aren't funny, is because people make these jokes that offend them, but they aren't even actually funny. Yeah. Like if I make a joke and it offends you, but it's funny, sorry. I mean, like I'm probably going to use that joke again.
Yeah, you're 1 out of 100.
Yeah, if I make a joke though, it offends you and I didn't get a single laugh off of it, yeah, I'm going to take that one back to the drawing board. Yeah, reevaluate. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to look at that, because even when I said it, like, and you can always tell when you've said a joke and it just falls flat and everybody's like, nah.
Not what I was looking for.
Yeah. Like I'm still trying to work a joke, because I think it's so crazy that there's just like all these words you can't fucking say, bro. Like if you're not black, you can't say nigga. If you're not Hispanic, you can't say like, you know,
spick or wetback.
Yeah, exactly. Like all these things. And then like, for example, if you're not like so special needs people, they can't even regulate it, but you can't say retarded. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I feel like what sucks is like there was a point where retarded didn't even mean like, you know,
what it means.
Yeah, it was just like, no, you're just doing dumb shit. Like
growing up, the word, and it was like a totally different word.
Yeah, it was just like the word we used to explain like somebody just did something stupid, and it's like, damn, like I mean, I'm not saying they literally go to slow classes, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, fuck, bro. Like,
That
I don't
one
mean
moment.
it by like.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy is like, I feel like the word retarded, you can't even apply it to people like with Down syndrome and stuff, cause they be smart as shit, bro. Like, these motherfuckers will work in IT and shit. They do everyday shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I get it. They got Down syndrome. They got some type of mental
Autism,
like, disability. Yeah, whatever.
The spectrum, yeah.
But like, I feel like when you talk, like, you can't really call them retarded because they're not retarded. Like, they're literally smart as fuck. Like, I've had so many conversations with them, and like, we're talking, they're chopping it up with me and this and that, and they're just like, it's almost like I'm talking to like, shit, comedians aren't even this fucking good with conversation sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they can have a whole conversation with you, like, and that's just about every single one I've met, you know? Like, so it's like, I don't see them as retarded. Like, I see them as special needs. Like, they got Down syndrome, whatever. They got like autism, whatever. But I, like, when it comes to the word retarded, I'm like, I feel like it doesn't even apply to them. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, nah, I just literally mean somebody who's stupid.
Yeah, that's so crazy how that, but that's the only thing that I like about like, I guess video games and that culture.
Yeah.
Because dude, you be playing video games with 13-year-old white boys.
Oh.
That's their word. They'll be saying the most outrageous shit ever.
Bro.
But they're in the moment of playing the game. You know, they're not trying to find the most outrageous thing to say to somebody. They're just like,
That's what comes to mind.
that shit was retarded, or like, oh my god, I can't believe we're like, especially if you play war. Have you ever played Warzone?
Bro.
Okay.
When I say I've been called nigga more times on Warzone than ever in my life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you be on the beach and you shoot somebody, you just like, look, I'm just shooting all these wetbacks, and I'm just like, dude, half of these players are probably like 13 white boys. Like,
For real. You're just like, what? They're just like, you know what I mean? No, I don't, bro. Like, holy shit.
That's oh man, fucking. That's what I love about comedy though, is that you can find those things that make you laugh because everyone's laughing about it.
No, yeah, bro. Honestly, all that stuff makes me laugh. Even like shitty jokes, sometimes they make me laugh. Like, if I get the joke, it still kind of makes me laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's funny.
That's one of the things I like about Tony Hinchcliffe, because he said one time where he was just like, I know you want to see your fellow comics do good. You want to see them do great. You want to see them get laughs. You want to see them kill the room. But when they bomb, that's just as funny. It is just as funny because you know they're trying new stuff. They're trying a joke and it doesn't hit. That's hilarious. And I love that mentality, is because we're out there trying. Like, I should laugh at all your fuck ups too. If I just laugh at all your success, then you won't know what's not and is funny. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Everyone else is quiet, but the comics in the back are laughing because they're just like, oh my god, I can't believe you just said something stupid like that.
No, yeah, I do that all the time. Like, so my favorite thing when somebody's bombing, and I always like, I kind of encourage it. Like, if I'm bombing at like an open mic, fuck yeah, do this shit where like I tell a joke and like, so you ever see where in a comic like pauses for the laugh, bro? And you're just like, nobody's laughing. I'll just be in the back and I'm like, ha!
That's
like,
what.
Like, ha ha! Yes. Like, just for no fucking, like, I'm like, yeah, that's fucking hilarious, bro. Like, gotta make them laugh.
That's so funny.
But yeah, if you ever see me bomb it, do that shit. That shit will, cause it'll make me laugh, and then it'll at least make me feel better. Like, at least somebody's listening.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? Like, fuck it. But yeah, if I'm doing it at a show though, don't heckle me if I'm bombing at a show. Just let me fucking bomb.
Just let it happen.
Let that shit
Yeah,
die. Like, at a show, just let it die. We don't need to encourage this.
Let some random person heckle you so you can work on that material, not just.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like, is like, there are some times where you'll be doing a joke and like the comics will even come up to you and be like, that wasn't funny. But I'm just like, I know it wasn't funny. Like, I don't need you to reassure me that it wasn't funny.
It's just like, no shit, Sherlock.
I'll figure it out, okay? That's why I didn't get no laughs.
Yeah. No, I always look at that too, and then like, for example, like I'm a fan of like people coming up and telling me like, hey man, try this, like, and they give me like a quick suggestion. I hate people who try and restructure my entire joke for me though. It's like, nah, bro, like, if you like maybe have like a quick tagline I can put in somewhere, cool. But if you're coming to me like, hey, I think the way you introduce that joke, you should try this, or hey, I think you should do this when you're getting to that joke. It's like, nah.
Especially when it's audience members. You're like, have you ever gone on stage?
Yeah.
You don't get it. Like, don't try to come at me just because you saw a comedy special and it wasn't the same as what I'm doing.
No, yeah, bro. And I think that's a big thing that people forget too, is like they show up to open mics expecting to have like this like amazing material. It's like, bro, it's an open mic. I'm working new shit. Like, chill. Like, give me a second. Like, bro, oh my goodness, bro. I finally got a laugh with this stupid joke that I came up with about dating ratchet women. And it finally hit once, and it barely even like it didn't even get the kind of laugh I was hoping for. But still, I was like, at least finally somebody laughed at the shit.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, that works. So I was like, okay,
so you know there's some reworking there.
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing, bro. So it happened because when I was in Miami, my girl, she took these fucking, oh my goodness, she took the fucking napkins from the bathroom at this really nice hotel, like nice ass fucking hotel. We were there. I just did 5 minutes on a show while I was there, and she was gone for a while in the bathroom. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck is she doing, bro? I'm thinking whatever. Maybe she's taking a shit. She comes back and she's like, "Did you see the bathroom?" I was like, "Yeah, I went and took a piss earlier." She was like, "You see all the mirrors?" I was like, "Yeah, it's mirrors on everything, the floor, the walls, whatever." And then she's like, did you see the paper towels? I was like, yeah, they had nice paper towels. She's like, yeah, I took some. She pulls them out of her fucking purse. I was like, yo.
What is this? Your fancy tissue?
And then I was just laughing because I was like, bruh, you can't be like, and in my mind, I'm like, you doing like just ratchet. I was like, that's just some ratchet shit. But it made me laugh because I was like, I'm glad you stole them, because when we were in the hotel room, like I was trying to wipe out a glass and she was like, you like those fucking napkins now, huh? And I was like, I mean, yeah, they fucking come in handy, sure. But at the same time, I was like the thought that you had to just say, I'm gonna just take a handful of these bitches real quick.
They're that nice.
Like, let me just hold on to these.
Like, yeah, what are you gonna use them as, a keepsake, like a souvenir?
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna be used.
For real. And it just made me laugh so hard because, like, I was like, if anybody sees this right now, they're gonna shake their fucking head at us. Like, they're gonna be like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
That's hilarious. Especially if they're like, you're in a whole different spot.
Yeah.
You like go to another restaurant and all of a sudden she pulls out one of those napkins. Like, is that one of those napkins from that restaurant?
Bro, facts. And it just made me laugh because I was like, I was like, of all the fucking things you take, I was like, you didn't even take like, you know, just a handful of mints out the bathroom or some shit, or like the fucking spray they might have had or something. You took the fucking napkins, like the paper towels. I was like, all the fucking things. But I was like, all right, it's cool, whatever. Like, we got paper towels.
That's funny. We got good paper towels for a while.
Yeah. So I've been trying to work that joke forever, bro, because that was like, I was like, this is a funny moment, and I got to just figure out a way to bring it to people, like make them see the funny in it. Kinda, yeah. You know, like, how do I like word it so that they like, because I feel like that's a big thing when you tell your jokes is like, people have to see it playing out in their head as you're telling it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They have to kind of be, you have to be an illustrator, I feel, when you're doing some jokes.
Okay.
You know? So I think it helps that, like, you know, trying to tell a story with your joke, kind of bringing it to life almost.
Yeah, I can see that. I have a joke that I've been trying to work on right now where it's just like, I'm a Mexican and I've been doing comedy, and my whole goal in comedy is to perform in my motherland, Taco Bell. But
oh my God.
I feel that me saying motherland doesn't make it seem like I'm talking about Mexico.
Yeah.
That I'm talking about like Africa or something else. And I'm just like, fuck, I need to reword it so that people actually understand that I'm talking about Mexico, because that word in itself kind of relates to a whole different culture. And it's just, it's hard work. You go out there, you try the joke, you get a few laughs, you're just like, but it wasn't funny. But I do my fucking, anybody here sleep with anybody they don't like, or anybody ever be with anybody they don't like? Kills, because I've worked it so many times that I know exactly where the cadence, where it's all at.
You ever looked into like how Mexicans in America address like Mexico, like what they call it? You know what I mean? Do they call it just like, so like how you said, like for black people we call it the motherland, you know what I mean? Is there like something that Mexicans might call it?
I have to, that's my job now, is to figure that out. I have to maybe look it up, find other references.
YouTube, find it for us. Google, son. Find
other words Mexicans call the motherland.
Yeah, like what do Mexicans call Mexico? Imagine they're just like, Mexico. We just call it Mexico.
Mexico. You're right. Yeah. Latin America, something like that too, I guess. Spain, Argentina, but those are all like nothing that gives it that funny basis word where you're just like laughing at it because it's just like,
oh yeah,
it's there.
It's just funny. I'm about to make the most fucked up cocktail, bro. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I'm just throwing shit together.
Dude, the screwball and the
moonshine?
Yeah, actually hit pretty well. That's a little bit of citrus in it too, so I thought that was pretty good too.
Okay. This isn't like your piss or something, bro.
No. I mean, it would be a lot stronger and darker than that. So.
All right, man. I just gotta ask. You know, people make moonshine out of some crazy shit.
I've been trying to like better myself, dude. I'm trying to work out more. People tell me you need to start taking creatine. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, what do I gotta do, man?
Bro, fuck creatine. It doesn't do anything. Make your dick little and give you a fucking temper like problem. That's it, bro.
You think really?
Bro, everybody I know who's taking creatine, they just get a fucking temper. That's it. They get like all like hulked up and shit. They want to like fight all the time. They're very aggressive, but that's it. Like I've never seen anybody do creatine and like get actually that fucking big. Like, you know what I mean? Like you really get jacked. I feel like if you really want to like show like some progress working out, it's about what you eat, bro.
It is?
Yeah. So my boy, he's a trainer at Athlete Ready. Shout out to my guy, LJ.
Okay. A shout out, LJ.
Yeah, he's a trainer at Athlete Ready. And he tells me this stuff all the time, bro. It's like you can work out all day long, go crazy in the gym, drink all the fucking protein, but it's like the nutrients you're feeding your body back. You know what I mean? So like for him, like when we were in high school, we were close to the same size. He was always like slightly bigger than me because he's like a little bit taller too. But when we graduated, I went to Highlands for like maybe 2-3 years, and I came back one time, and he was just fucking huge, bro. Like as soon as I got back from school, I was just like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man, I'm taking my like working out seriously. He was like, I want to be a personal trainer, this and that. So now that's what he's doing. And every time I see him, I just think like, bro, you don't even need to really lift anymore. Like if you could just hold this physique without lifting, you'd be solid, bro. Like you're already big as shit. You're big as, like literally like I think it's so funny because I was thinking about this fucking story, bro. This one time we were having a fucking house party, and it was at LJ's house. Like he lived there too, and he's like chilling, whatever. He's sleeping in his room because he didn't really party like that. But we're still playing BP, this and that.
Everyone's having a good
music,
time.
you know. And like he used to not care because he's like, it's whatever, bro. Like I'm still gonna get up. Like,
you understand? He understood the game.
Yeah, like we were young. He's like, I get it, man. And then like for him, like his thing was like he could sleep through a fucking like earthquake. You know what I mean? Like he could sleep through literally anything. So like once he's out, he's out. But then this dude's in there just tripping, whatever, going crazy. And so it woke LJ up. You know, like he's doing enough to like get this man up because we're like music stopped and it just like it's a whole lot of other it's a whole lot of other shit going on. He's like, the fuck is happening? So he comes out there and he's like, what's going on? And so the dude's like, what? I'll whoop your big ass too. And my guy, like, he's already pretty stocky. He's like, dude's probably like 5'8", LJ's like 6'4", and he just like looks at me. He's like, and walked off, like laughed in this man's face and just walked away. And that's when I was like, yeah, bro, you're getting to the point where you're like too swole for your own good. Like you don't even feel threatened by little people. Like,
wow.
Like you see somebody smaller, you're like, I will crush you and just walk off. You're like, you're not worth the time.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was just like, that's crazy.
That's good. I like getting insight from other people too, because I work at a retirement home, right? Mm-hmm. And like I see the physical therapist, and all those dudes are fucking buff jack dudes, fucking just, you know, they're we're trying to help these old people get back into, you know, walking and like doing their shit. And I'm just like, what are some suggestions I can do to get bigger? And first thing that comes to mind, you need to take some creatine.
Bro, no, and I know that's false because even when I went to an actual like vitamin shop, I asked him, I was like, yeah, man, like I'm trying to like get back into like shape. I want to get a little bit bigger, this and that. And he was like, to be honest with you, man, like you could take all the protein you want, but I see your body type already. Like you're just going to like go through it like that, right? So he told me, he was like, take some of this as like a post-workout. It'll help your muscles like regenerate. It's like some type of like, it's almost like pre-workout, but it's not it's a post-workout powder. It's similar to pre-workout though. And he was like, just take this. And he said, if you just eat right, like honestly, you'll probably put on more muscle that way. And it was just such a simple thing. And I was like, that's crazy. Because like you said, everybody's always telling you, take protein, take creatine.
Yeah, he gave me like a list of things to take. He's just like, take creatine and take glutamine and then some kind of protein powder. So I was just like, and then what do you take when you have all the, like, you know, there's so many brands out there. Yeah. You're like, what brand is a good one? Like,
yeah, they're like, oh, well, you know, I like this one, but that's if you want to be jacked like me.
Yeah, right.
You're like, what the fuck, bro?
I don't know. And I even told him, I was like, I like your style. I like how big you are, but I don't want to be that big. Yeah. I want to at least have the lean muscles still. And I have a metabolism that fucking goes through food like nothing, dude. Like, I eat like a fucking so much, dude. I eat so much, but yet I don't get no gains from it. So is it the fact that it's just like, that's my body type? Or am I trying to suppress my body so that it ends up just being like, oh, that's where the swollenness comes from?
Nah, bro, that's just your body type. Like, personally for me, like, I know to the end of my like days, I'll probably always be tall and skinny. Yeah. Because on my dad's side, my great-grandfather, I'm pretty much his spitting image. You know what I mean? Like, he was tall and skinny. of all my siblings and my cousins on my like none of them look like how he did but me.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm probably going to be the one who is going to carry on his body type, like the genes of his body type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the rest of them, they got like genes from like their dad or their mom outside of like that part of our family, you know? And so they might be a little husky or they might be shorter, this and that. But me, no, I'm like tall and skinny just like him. Like literally like when he was my age or like even up until like, you know, of course, when he started getting older, he started hunching. We were the same height, you know?
Okay.
So like for me, I've accepted it. And I told myself I can definitely put on muscle because it's possible because my dad had a similar body type, but he joined the military.
Oh,
so it's a
okay.
different kind of muscle he ended up putting on.
Yeah.
You know, but I know like if I just eat the right things, like I literally look into this stuff all the time. And then, like I said, I ask my boy LJ all the time, and he's like, bro, it's not even about like the protein and creatine. Like that stuff does like something for some people and it like can help, but it's really all about what you're putting into your body. Like if you're putting the right things in your body, you'll get bigger.
Okay. Damn, and it looks like I need a personal trainer at that point.
Oh, no, bro. Look, fuck that. The personal trainer game is a fucking joke. No, I'm just playing.
The personal trainer tries to get you to look like him, and you can't look like him.
Exactly, bro. That's what they do, man. Like, I tell everybody, like, it's not so much about getting a personal trainer. It's just more so about getting somebody to, like, actually sit down and just talk to you about your body type. Like, they can put you through all these fucking workouts, and they'll just do that shit just to fucking get your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, I tell my boy all the time, like, for, like, with him, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll come work out with him. Hell yeah, but anybody else, I'm like, suck my dick.
Yeah, they're trying at a different aspect, right?
Yeah.
They're like, right after you do this workout, make sure to take this shot of protein, and you're just like, do I need it though? Is that gonna help me in a sense?
Yeah. You want some wheatgrass, bro? No, I don't want fucking wheatgrass.
What's the wheatgrass gonna go to my toes? Like,
yeah, what's the point of the wheatgrass? Like, what's that supposed to do? That's exactly it, man.
Well, that's good. I like that insight because, like, you know, again, I just barely started talking to some people about this, and they were just like, this is what you need, this is what you need. But getting, like, you look like a very fit person. You look like you're very tall. You have that lean muscle. You're not trying to fucking swell up, but you still are able to, like, still able to do some athletic things.
Yeah, and I realized I can definitely gain weight, like, just naturally. But at the same time, like, I tell myself, like, do I really want to be big? Like, I don't want to be swole. Like, I tell people all the time, like, there's no point for me to be swole, especially as a comic. Like, what am I going to do? Go on stage, laugh at my fucking jokes, bitches.
Right.
Y'all going to laugh at, look at this shit.
You're
going to laugh
flexing
at these
the whole
jokes,
time.
bro. What's up, huh? You said that's not funny? That's not funny? Come say it to my face, bro.
Watch me break the mic right in front of you.
Yeah, like fucking snapping mic stands for no reason. Like, it's no point. Like, I don't want to be big.
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
That's sick. And see, that's what I love. Doing this podcast, now I got another insight on how I should actually fucking work to myself.
No, yeah, bro. If anything, I would tell you, like, if you want, cool, go get some protein, whatever. Like, if that's what you feel will help you. Like I said, I'm not the personal trainer. I just listen to, like, what my people say.
Yeah.
But I would just say, bro, just work out consistently. Like, lift heavier weights, you know what I mean? Like, push your body, like, and then you'll start to develop, like, that lean muscle, like you said.
Yeah.
And then as well as, like, when you're eating things, think about what you're eating. Like, is this going to, like, help you to, like, build muscle? Is it going to, like, re-energize that muscle? Like, this and that.
Okay.
You know? And that's why when the dude told me, he was like, you don't need, like, any protein or creatine. You really just need something for a post-workout that helps your body to, like, adjust to, like, you lifting heavy. You know, because then your body's like, it feels. So the stuff I started taking, I forgot the name of it, but basically it's a post-workout powder. You mix in like a little bit of water real quick, and it just brings back energy to your muscles. Like, you feel like you can go back to the gym like same day or the next day. Okay. You know what I mean? So if you really wanted to, you can get it like back active like that.
All right. See, and I guess I probably should work more on my workout regimen because the only thing I do right now is just prison workouts.
Oh God! Oh, don't be that guy.
Push-ups, sit-ups, squats. That's it. Like, I don't like the whole concept of going to a gym because of the judgment there. There's so many people that like
go to Planet Fitness.
You'd probably be good if you just put some more like protein in you, or you just actually take a protein shake. And I'm just like, but I can probably like stretch better than you, or like actually like do some better maneuvering moves than you can.
I'm probably faster than you on this and that. I'm probably more agile. That's what, and like I said, bro, people forget those things. You know, you got different body types. So, I mean, it's just all about how you, I guess it's all about how you approach the gym. But I would recommend, dude, get a membership, even if it's just like Planet Fitness, Judgment Free Zone. You know, they give out Tootsie Rolls and pizza on like Fridays or some shit like that. Like, yo,
you want some incentive? Plug. They got pizza and Tootsie Rolls on Friday.
Right, real quick plug for Planet Fitness. You know, they hooking it up.
Is that what you're going to?
No, I go to Define Fitness, bro. I like Define because so I I used to go to Planet with my sister, and Planet's cool. Planet's definitely my second choice of a gym in like New Mexico. But I was going to Choose for a while, and fucking Choose sucks, bro.
Everyone says that.
Hate
I do.
Choose.
I've got a couple of bad reviews on
Like
Choose.
if you're really trying to work out, Choose isn't the fucking gym. Mainly because it's nothing but a bunch of like young adults who aren't there to do shit but stare at each other. You know what I mean? To be like, oh, bro, you see that bitch over there squatting?
Are you
doing? Bro, look at that guy over there with the fucking muscle. You know,
we made eye contact,
bro, and it's like you'll literally be in Choose waiting for like 30 minutes to use a squat rack, and it's like a group of like 7 guys on one squat rack. You're like, why the fuck did y'all all come to the gym together? Like, why are all 7 of you here doing the same workout?
They're like
right
in
now?
a line waiting to use
bro.
the squat rack.
They're like hanging out, and I'm like, you guys aren't even getting. What's so crazy to me is like when you bring a big ass group like that to the gym, and you guys are all using the same one thing. One person's getting a workout in, one person's spotting, and everybody else is just getting cold. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to stay warm, you're supposed to stay loose, you're supposed to be, like, for example, I looked this up. When you work out, it's only supposed to be like an hour, bro. You're not even supposed to be in the gym that long. You know what I mean? Unless you're, like, really trying to build, like, if you're, like, you know, Superman, like, bodybuilder type shit, like, yeah, you can be in there all day. If you're really just trying to, you know, work out, like stay healthy or like just build quick muscle, like kind of like, you know, like you're not trying to get swole.
Yeah.
It should be like an hour workout, bro. There's no reason for you to be in the gym for like 3-4 hours unless you're trying to get to that size.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when I saw that, I was like, bro, you guys are in here on this one machine for like 30 minutes because it's like 7 of you. The fuck are you guys doing?
What's going on here? You guys just like fucking trying to see who can get the bigger pecs in that swollen session?
Bro, pretty much. And I used to think it was so crazy because you see him too. Like, there's always the one guy in the group, swole as shit, and everybody's like, I want to be like him. And he's over here with like, you know, 100-pound dumbbells and shit like, yeah, shoulder press. This is nothing, whatever.
Dictating everyone else's movements.
Yeah, exactly. He's telling everybody else like what to do. And then they're over here like, you know, at 25s. And I'm like, yeah, man, do I look like you now?
Am I getting there?
I think bro, I feel a pretty good pump. It's like, bro, get the fuck out of here. You don't feel a pump. What you feel is your body about to like pop a muscle out of place. You know what I mean? Like your muscles are tearing. Like, and I shouldn't even call it tearing because you want them to tear when you're working out. You're about to like literally destroy your shoulder basically is what you're doing because you literally you get your quick like what maybe like 10 to 15 reps in. And then you stand there for like 5 minutes. Your body's done, bro. Like that's it.
Yeah. What are you trying to do more?
Yeah, like that's pretty much it. Once your body gets cold again, then it's like, well, first you need to warm that shit back up. Like you can't just like hop right back into it. All you're doing is like tearing yourself down.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
Nice. That's good insight, dude. That's good.
Tell you, bro. Just wait. I told myself I want to be like Zach Abeda before he got shot. I just want to take my shirt off randomly at like an open mic or something. Just like start ripping out my shirt.
I love how he did that one time. And he got a really big pop, and I did it one time, and I'm like, you know, you could see my ribs sometimes, but you still see my little pecs, and you still see my 6-pack, and I'm just like, where's the difference here, dude? We almost got the same applause. Like, I don't see where there's the difference here. Like,
bro, for real.
So I like that. I really like that because there are some times where I'm just like, Jesus Christ, my wrists are so skinny, like they're not even that big. But then I think about it, I'm just like, dude, you actually can lift up quite a bit. You actually can do quite a bit of fucking reps. Like you are strong. You just don't look strong. And maybe that's another good aspect of looking like this is because do you have to look like you can lift up the whole gym?
No.
If you can do certain things like that, then I think I'm working to be a healthier person. Yeah. Not fucking just be like, I got a small dick. Oh man, too much creatine in my blood.
Bro, and I think that's so crazy. I don't know where this fucking like trend came from. And somebody's got to fucking tell me where this trend fucking came from. Why do you guys like to wear these little shorts to the gym and you're like, you got no like, bro, I feel like it's like, what's the point of showing off like these little ass shorts if you're not like swinging shit? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I hate the idea of like, you got on like tights and shit, like you got your dick print all out, but it's like, fuck, bro, it's like, you know,
there's
like,
nothing going on there.
Yeah, and it's
your
like,
legs
bro,
are more swollen than your dick should be.
Yeah, and it's like you're just walking around the gym just to let people know like you don't got like you got all these muscle, like you got all this muscle, no dick. Like I feel like that's weird. Like I feel like it's a weird thing to be like, yeah, man, I just want to, you know, prove a point that like I'm swole as shit. Like you're gonna love to feel on these muscles while I like you know, just like basically little dick stroke you the whole time. Like I don't get it. Like,
oh man, it's funny though because I remember the very first time I did a roast battle.
Yeah.
Like I wore a wrestling singlet. wrestling shoes, wrestling singlet, headgear, the whole thing. And the whole time Buck D's just making fun of my dick. I'm just like, there's so much. He's like, oh my God, dude, there's like so much more that's going on with my body.
Yeah, he's like, he kept saying, he's like, I don't know why you wore that. You don't even got a dick print or something like that. And I was just like, damn, bro, he's just going to lambaste you about like not having a dick print in this stuff the whole time. And I was like, this sucks.
But yet every time I've had intercourse with a girl, they're like, you're actually pretty hung. And I'm just like, I'm a grower, not a shower. Like, that's where's the aspect of that? Like,
bro,
some woman get me hard and I'll prove Buck D wrong. Like, I can literally do that.
You should have said that. Been like, I'm a grower, not a shower. You should have just been like, hey, you want to see a dick? Like, I'll show you a fucking dick.
Yeah, that's so funny that happens too, is because like I get that they're trying to make fun of the appearance. And that's the only reason why every time I do a roast battle, I always wear a costume.
Is that right?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Cool.
Cool. No, I'm okay. I appreciate you, dog. But dude, I love that aspect is because they don't expect what costume I'm wearing, and it blows them off. They don't even know what to expect.
Bro. I always think about that. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, if I ever go against you, I was like, that's the one thing. It's like I would never even write jokes. I would just be like, it's gonna have to be on the fly, because if he shows up in a costume, I'm not gonna know what the fuck to say.
Yeah.
Like, if I write a bunch of jokes, I'm like, oh, this is what I have prepared, this and that. So I was like, you go against Angel, it's one of those things you gotta be like, just be prepared for whatever fucking costume comes out.
Yeah, and I love that aspect now, is because even Cardo Matt is just like, I like that you do that because you throw them off their game. They're like, they might have this joke about you being super skinny or this you being like a rocker or whatever, but then I come and I wear a Spider-Man suit. Like, what are you gonna do? You can't make fun of it because you're thinking of something else. You had all this material written about one thing, and I just totally blew your mind on that. So that's what I'm trying to do for Libby this Wednesday.
Bro, for Libby, you should just like dress up as her fucking boyfriend, bro. That's what you gotta do for Libby, bro.
I have something for it. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't tell anybody what the...
No, yeah, I feel you. I remember when I asked you, I was like, bro, I gotta know what costume it is tonight. And you were just like, you'll see.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, bro. I would, like, because I know for sure, like, if somebody knew in advance, like, yeah, they could write some good jokes for you. But at the same time, it's like when you just surprise them, like, I forgot, like, the wrestling singlet was funny. Then
I did Spider-Man before.
Spider-Man. The cowboy one had me laughing because at the end of every single joke, yeehaw, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that works so well. Or like, I remember I was roasting Jamar, and he's like, he said something about me, and I was just like, dude, I'll fucking hog tie you in the back. And he's just, that got the pop. It wasn't even my joke. It was my rebuttal that got the joke.
No, yeah. I feel like that's a big thing, too, in the roast battles. If you can, like, make a very good, quick rebuttal off of somebody's joke, they'll love that shit.
Yeah.
But then it's also about a matter of following up with a good joke. And that's why I think, like, Cardo Mad, bro, it's going to be a tough one because, like, he gave me an idea of how he's going to approach the roast for me. And, like, I just don't even know what to say to that because he said, I'm going to take it, like, to like, he's going to talk about, like, race, I guess. Like, he's going to bring up, like, me being black, but he's going to try and do it in a way that, like, it's not, like, I don't even know, like, him not being racist, but him trying to be, like, funny, I guess, with it. And I'm like, we'll see how that shit goes, bro, because the thing about I noticed with, like, race jokes is, like, when you're, like, being racist towards, like, black people, the crowd's kind of, like, unless it's really good, they're kind of, whatever.
And I kind of feel like the roast battle jokes brings more of the ethnic crowd. They bring more of that than a fucking showcase for, like, a certain comic or something. When, again, the whole, like, cowboy thing, dude, there was a lot of black people. There was a lot of Mexicans in there. I did not expect them to be cowboy fans. And that just brings that whole aspect of just where we live. And it's just like, God damn it, I should have wrote something different for Caleb or something more robust.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because once you mentioned, like, the Cowboys, yeah, you're right. They went crazy about being Cowboys fans. I thought that was interesting.
I was pissed.
Like, that stuff.
I was like, Caleb is a Cowboys fan. I waited for the pause. Everyone went crazy. And I was just like, fuck, this is all going downhill from here. Caleb's into cows and boys. And that's a good joke. But, again, those Cowboy fans were just like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not gay or I'm not that. I'm not an animalistic kind of, like, bestiality.
Cows, yeah. You trying to call my bitch fat?
And that's
what?
Oh, man, that's what made it so much better is that I know, like, I got to read the crowd a little bit better now.
Yeah, bro. And that's what I try and do with the roast battles too, bro, because so far I've had, like, one that was pretty, like, shaky, and then the one with Carla was kind of interesting because I just made, like, the dead mom joke, I think everybody was like, oh, man, you can't talk about her dead mom. It's like, well, why not? Shit, that's her life.
Yeah, right. She says it.
Like, she always talks about it, like how she brings her mom and like
to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and like throws her ashes out. It's like, well,
comes in her mouth and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, I can make a dead mom joke, but everybody's kind of like, yo.
And that's the crowd, is like, nobody comes to all of our shows to know that those are the jokes she makes.
Yeah.
But when they come to the roast battle for the first time, for the second time, they don't know that, like, oh, Carla makes a dead mom joke every time, so that's why that's funny. They're just like, oh, that's insensitive. And just like, and that's the whole rule about comedy again, is like, don't get offended for something like that.
Yeah. And then and then even like, I think what's so crazy when you like do a roast against, like, when it's a girl and a guy, like it always gets so weird at the end, because they're like, there's some tension there.
Yeah. See, and that's
like, what are you talking about?
That's another thing I want to try to work on too, is like, me and Libby T kind of have the same body type. Like,
yeah.
Like, I can literally be like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Libby T's boyfriend likes to fuck people like me. Look at Libby. Like, shit like that I want to try to work off. But see, again too, I don't know if it's going to be so offensive where they're just like all like, she's a girl, like, you don't even know the difference. Or
you should say you guys got like the same breast size.
Yeah, there you go. See,
like, there you go.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Or the tugboat captain thing. It's just like, she knows how to give really good hand jobs in prison or something. Like, something. See, and we have this mentality where we're like, that's funny because, we're trying. But other people will just be like, that's so insensitive. And I'm just like, God damn it.
There's no tugboat captains in prison. I checked. Jesus Christ.
What should I have said then? Massage parlor? Get over yourself.
Like, fuck. Okay, whatever. Yeah. And that goes back to, like you said, cancel culture and fucking comedy, bro. Like, everybody wants like the jokes to be tailored to them, and it's like, I can't tailor jokes to fucking you. You're the one person in the crowd. It's gotta be something everybody gets.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's gotta laugh at that shit.
Like I said, especially at a roast battle, because some of those people that are coming have probably never seen me before, never seen Libby before, so they're not expecting, oh, who's I never heard of a tugboat captain, or why would she be a tugboat captain? Like, those are things that are just like too meta, like too much in the moment that we know about each other. But again, that's where the whole making fun. Yeah, you need a charger? There's a charger right there, buddy.
I'm actually intrigued. So, bro, I've been trying to learn all about this shit, bro.
What is that? Is that a vape or is that a fucking?
It's wax, bro, but like, it's chargeable. And there's like, I've had this shit for like probably at least 2 weeks now, bro, and it's got so much in there still, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking weird.
Oh, dude, that shit still looks full.
Right? So I don't know what, like, I don't know if I'm fucking, and then what's weird is, like, so when you turn it on, you start hitting that shit, and it gets clogged, bro. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know what's happening. So you gotta, like, hold the button down, you gotta, like, hit it for a second, like, let it warm up, I guess.
Yeah, get it warmed up.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden that shit starts ripping like a champ again, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck to do with it.
How do you feel about the weed culture now? Dude, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, and I kind of don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, bro, because, like, so when I was younger, I used to tell myself, like, man, I wish I could just smoke and, like, go about my day. And then, like, as I got older, I started just smoking and going about my day. Like, when I would go to, like, say, because, like, for me personally, bro, what it does, like, it just relaxes me, bro. Like, it's just my way of, like, at the end of the day, like, because people fucking suck, bro. You get stressed out, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, dude, I can totally
like, life is tough. So, like, my thing, like, when I'm done, like, I don't got shit to do is, like, fuck, just smoke a little bit, you know? Like, relax, like, let your body sink into the couch, chill out. But I think what sucks about weed culture now is that literally everybody feels like they're, like, the biggest pothead in the world. Like, you get all these fucking, like, and I hate to say it, bro, but they're these fucking hipster kids. Excuse me.
Hitting that pen too hard.
Bro, fuck yeah. Ripping that shit.
That's what's up.
But all these fucking hipster kids were like, yeah, man, I've been smoking since, like, the 90s. It's like, you were born in 2004, you little bitch.
What are you talking about?
Like,
you mean your mom has been smoking since the 90s?
Exactly, man. And so I think it just sucks because, like, you're just seeing all these people who, like, at one point they were telling you, like, no, weed's bad, man. You shouldn't touch it. And now everybody's like, well, you know, it's legalized. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, might as well smoke it.
When's the first time you started smoking?
Bro, I was like 13.
13? Like hardcore, or just kind of like puff once in a while at social events? No,
so, like, I always knew I wanted to try weed, like, at a young age. I'm not gonna. So, bro, and that's why I tell people, like, I think it's so weird when I moved to New Mexico because, like Illinois kids are so different. Like, bro, like I already knew what sex was, all that shit when I was like in elementary school. I understood a lot of shit. It's just I wasn't fucking doing it. It's not like my dick didn't get hard, but I knew what like all this shit was. I knew like I got a dick, she's got a
vagina.
I wouldn't call it a vagina at the time. I was like, she's got a hole. That's why I used to think about it. Yeah, she's got a hole. Like, you know, that's where I put my...
Dude, she's got multiple holes at that point.
She's got a hole where my dick would be. That's what I meant.
She's got multiple places where that dick would be.
But, bro, like, so, like, I would see that and I'd be like, okay, whatever. Because, like, a lot of the, like, movies, shows, whatever, like... Not to say my mom didn't pay attention, but like, it's like whatever. It's like comedy, this and that. We laugh. Like, I think what she thought was like, as a kid, I'm not really thinking about those things. And I wasn't. Like, pussy's not on my mind when I was in like 4th grade, 5th grade, 3rd grade, even, you know? Like, it wasn't until like 7th, 8th. Then I'm starting thinking about girls.
Yeah.
You know? But like, by the time I did, like, I'm already thinking about like, oh, like weed, alcohol, this and that. Like, I kind of want to try these things. You know what I mean? What I told myself though was like, cocaine, no. Yeah. I was like, that's the downfall of every black man is a cocaine addiction.
That's crazy.
Every black man is a cocaine like as soon as you get addicted to coke, it's over. So I was just like, nah, I'm good on that. But Yoda's right. Yeah, Yoda's right. Everybody should try like something in their life, like at some point. Like you should push your you should push your own boundaries. Shit, like for example, I tried shrooms for the first time this year, bro.
Whoa, really?
Yeah,
dude, I did shrooms when I was fucking like 14.
Bro, so what was so trippy is because I've been hearing all this stuff about microdosing with shrooms, and I was like, all right, like, fuck it, let's just see how it goes. So I told myself like I'm gonna try it like small dose first, see what the effect is, and go from there. So what I did is I went to this dude, and he told me, he was like, yeah, bro, I'll give you $1 gram for 10. I was like, all right, bet. Sell me 4 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, all right, maybe I can try this shit with people. That way, like, someone who's done it before can kind of walk me through it.
Like a shaman.
Exactly. So what I did is I took like maybe like half a gram, like a little bit more than half a gram. And I just sat there and I was like, let's see what the effects are. And the first effect I felt was like euphoria and then like your sound, like hearing. It fucks with your hearing because you can like start to hear this like random shit makes you think like, what the fuck is that? Yeah. Like when your house creaks, you're like, somebody's in here.
The heater just kicks on. You're just like, what the fuck?
You're like, oh, bro, how did that noise happen?
I've never heard that before.
So I started to realize what it does. And I was like, okay, time to push my boundary. So then I did like a full gram. And I was like, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, whatever. And then so I was chilling and I did like maybe 1.5 grams. And I was like, all right, this is where I'm starting to see my boundaries getting pushed. Because, then you're looking at life, you're like, that shit's kind of trippy, bro. Like, whatever. Okay. And so that's when I was like, all right, now I'm getting the idea of it. And I fuck with it. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what I mean? It's not my shit of choice. Like, still to this day, like.
Weed's where it's at.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think there's a difference between edibles and smoking? Have you tried both of those?
Yeah, I've tried both. And edibles are very interesting. That time delay is a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, you have that.
Because the thing about weed, you're hitting the blunt and it hits you while you're hitting the blunt. Yeah. So you're expecting it.
And that's another thing too, is like when you hit the blunt, it's actually you like losing a little bit of oxygen because you're holding your breath and you're kind of making it go to your head a little bit faster.
Yeah, exactly. But when you take an edible, that time delay just it smacks you in the face. So what happened with me, my first time doing an edible, I was in college at New Mexico Highlands. And I'm sitting there. And we all took one, whatever. I'm like, oh, whatever, like this and that. I'm feeling good. Like, everything's fine. I don't feel it yet. And I'm sitting in a chair, bro. And then, like, somebody says something to me. I'm just like, huh? And, like, when I say, like, the way my head turned, it felt like just like, huh?
Sloth-like.
Done. And I was like, oh, shit, it kicked in. And what was funny is the people I did it with, because we were, you know how it is, like, first time doing it, these edibles ain't shit. Oh, edibles are some bullshit. Like, we must have got some bullshit, this and that. Next thing you know, like, everybody's just, like, smacked. Just like, oh, shit, bro. Like, my face. Oh, fuck. I can't feel my legs. It's like, what's happening?
Just touching themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And it was funny because we had kept drinking, too. So, like, we're already like drinking, and that was when I was like in my like Ciroc phase. So I used to just get bottles of Ciroc and think like, oh fuck yeah, let's down this shit. So I used to take a lot of like, I used to drink a lot in college, low key. Still graduated. That's what matters.
Having fun. That's what it's up. Yep.
Yeah, but fucking drunk as shit, and then it kicks in, and I'm just like, oh fuck, bro. Like, I was slumped after that. Like, so we went out. We still went to the party and everything, but when I got back, I was like, I need a day of rest for sure. I was like, this is gonna have to be one of those days where I just don't do shit.
That's crazy. And I feel that way kind of with mushrooms. Like, when I first did mushrooms, dude, I fucking went ham. 3.5 grams right away. 3.5 grams, dude. And it was crazy because the whole time I just kept crying, dude. I cried about everything, dude. I was like, oh, my life sucks and oh, man, I lost so much and blah, blah, blah. But then after the whole effect, you're just like, dude, that's why you lost all this, is because you fucking grow from it. You grow so much from it, dude. And it like gave me this like euphoric experience. But then recently I did what's known as the hero's journey, which is taking 5 grams of mushrooms, dude. I feel like I have a new take on life, dude. Like, I know what I need to work for. I know what I need to try to do to develop myself as a better person. Not as a comic, not as a musician. Because, I mean, look at my room, dude. I've been playing guitar for so long. I played in bands. I've done all this shit. But does that make me a better person? And now that I've done that, dude, I'm just like, you need to work on yourself, on hell.
See, and that's so wild, bro. Because, so you've done, 5 grams, 3 grams. And that's what I want to, try one day, is where I just do, a shit ton and see where it fucking takes me. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, bro. I got to work my way up to that shit.
It is a working
The hero's
process.
journey, though, I've never heard of anything, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So, if I ever do 5 grams, that should be lit.
5 grams is the place to find yourself. I mean, it sounds like it's one of those, oh my God, I'll probably fucking be tripping for days, or it's not that, dude. It's just literally you put your brain through this mental gymnastics that it's never been through before.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing about mushrooms and stuff, is that it's actually shown to actually help people. It helps grow gray matter back in your brain, helps you develop these things that you've never done before. There's this great, I don't know if you're a big Joe Rogan fan or anything.
It's kind of crazy. So I've never, after he left Fear Factor, I didn't give a fuck about Joe Rogan.
You didn't even
be honest with you.
Yeah.
When they said he's doing, so you know what's so funny? I used to watch MMA all the time. I never knew he was fucking on there. The UFC, I never paid attention. I was like, oh shit, that is Joe Rogan. That's what he's been up to lately.
Yeah.
And then when they were like, he's got a podcast, I was like, cool. I was like, I guess. And it's crazy because everybody talks about how popular his podcast is, but in the back of my head, I'm like, it's just Joe Rogan. Shit.
Yeah.
I'd rather see. I liked him on Fear Factor. I fucked with it because he used to just be like, oh God, this is crazy.
And you know what? Yeah, you know what's crazy about the Fear Factor days is that I just recently heard this on a podcast that the first 4 episodes of Fear Factor, he didn't do anything. He didn't smoke. He didn't do anything. After that, he was high as fuck. Any other episode you see after episode 4, dude, he was smoking, he was taking microdoses, he was fucking lit on that shit, dude.
Hey, no, I could believe it because the shit you have to see, bro. I know there's one, they drink an ostrich egg, and I was like, fuck, I'd never. Or when they get locked in the underwater, bro, that's my fears. Be trapped underwater, I'm like, nah.
Drowning?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, champ. I couldn't do that shit. Or when they're locked in a box and they're how do I get out this shit? Let me find some keys.
Buried alive or something like that?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck that, bro. I can't do, I have a huge thing, and that's why I don't do, whenever there's, really big shows, my, anxiety really kicks in.
Okay.
For example, I remember one time I was at the Gong Show, and I wasn't even on the show. I was there to show support because I never heard about it before, and I just wanted to see what I would be getting myself into if I signed up.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the back of Revel, on the, up, the top section,
the
balcony, where they got, the little, chairs and, the benches up there. I'm sitting in one of those chilling, bro, and I just start fucking sweating. And I couldn't figure out why. I was like, bro, I just, I don't know. I'm sweating hard. My heart's, beating hard. I'm not on stage. I'm not doing any time. I'm just in the crowd. But it was so many people. I was just like, fuck, bro. I just feel like this is too many. It's too many fucking people. Where I'm sitting, I feel uncomfortable. Something would happen to me.
Yeah, how am I supposed to handle this?
Yeah, and so I was thinking to myself, I was like, I know exactly what it is. Because, something, if you ever, notice, the way I do things, whenever I'm somewhere, I try and either sit closest to the exit or, somewhere where if I need to take off in a quick 4 or 5 sprint, boom, I'm
It's
there.
yeah.
I can easily make it to a door. You know what I mean? So
fuck women and children first. I'm out of there.
Suck my dick, women and children first. My life matters, all right? You got me fucked up.
Youth of the nation, I'm okay with that, them not making it.
Bro, look, half these kids are fucking dyslexic anyways. Like, they won't be shit.
Maybe we can use the hard R word right there.
For real, bro. Like, fuck those kids, man. And then it's like, so I think that was it, because I was so the person I was with, they're sitting there and they're like, why are you sweating so much? And I was like, I can't figure it out. Like, I don't know why. And then so, like, again, like I said, my heart beating fast as hell. They're like, I think you're having a fucking panic attack. I was like, I don't know why I would be having a panic attack right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what will be making me panic? I'm not on stage. I'm just watching people, like, either get booed or get laughs, you know, real quick. And, like, as soon as they took the intermission, I was like, I got to get out of here. I was like, I can't be here.
That was just too much.
Yeah, I was like, it's too many people in here. And I was too uncomfortable, bro.
And I've done every gong show at the fucking Revel, and I've got gonged every time.
Bro, well, I mean, the thing about the gong show, bro, is like that crowd, I think it's like almost like
they want that to happen.
Yeah, they want you to get gonged. Like, as soon as you tell a bad joke, they're like, get that motherfucker off stage.
You can't save yourself. You fucked up with the first one. You're done.
Bro, that's why I thought it was crazy when they said they added in, like, other, like, forms of entertainment.
Oh, yeah, like different talents.
Yeah, and what threw me off was, so Jake headlined. And
I remember, dude.
Josh was telling me a story. Some guy tried to like press him while he was headlining. I was like, bro, you can't do that shit in a room full of comics. Nah, bro, like, we're gonna stick up for each other.
Yeah, he was like,
hey, bro.
I love when Jake was up there too, because he's just like, I don't give a fuck what you guys think. Like, he had that mentality. Like, I'm here to do a headlining show. Like,
yeah, he headlined tonight at a Dry Heat.
Yeah, the Founders Keeper, something like that.
Yeah, shout out to Jake Otero, bro.
Dude, he's one of those guys that fucking developed quick, dude.
Yeah, started telling jokes immediately.
I fucking love that shit, dude. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, you found your niche and you fucking worked at it quick. And I love that, because there's some people that have still been doing comedy. I'm just like, why are you doing comedy, man? Why are you doing comedy?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like people look at me like that, bro. It's so weird.
I think that's all of us, though.
Yeah.
There's sometimes I have a bad set, and I'm just like, what are you doing on Hill? You should just go back to playing guitar, dude.
No.
Kill that guitar. You're good at it. Don't go up there and try to tell jokes. But I think that's the best of all of us. Like,
see, no, bro, but that's like you telling yourself that. I feel like other people are kind of like giving me silent hints like, hey, man, you should stop. You know, it makes me wonder. I'm like, fuck, bro, am I really like doing what I think I'm doing? Because like I'll just see, like, there'll just be moments where like, and I don't know, maybe I just read too much into it. I'm like, fuck, this is comedy, bro. Like, where people kind of like, you don't know how people really feel about you.
And to be true and to be like honest about the whole situation, like, dude, when we do open mics, dude, it's like 80% comics, and then there's the crowd, and then I like to like visualize what I'm seeing. If I don't make the comics laugh, whatever. That is what it is. They're not there to see people do good. They're working on their own shit. They want to see how the joke goes for themselves, not because they're just like, hey, I'm there to see comedy for Angel or AJ.
Yeah.
But the other crowd, if you can make them laugh, the 3 people that are in the back, the 2 people that are at the bar, if you make them laugh, that makes me want to do it more, because I know that I'm appealing to a different audience. Dude, the comics see us every fucking night, dude.
Every fucking night, bro.
And that's not anything to be ashamed of. You may have 1 or 2 good jokes that makes the comics laugh.
Yeah.
But if you can make those other people laugh, that's when you know your joke is developing.
Yeah. And I think what's very interesting about it too is like, so that's one thing I always try and do when I'm in a room full of comics. I'm like, if I can make these motherfuckers laugh, I know it's some like potential in this joke if I just present it right. Now, when I get just dryness out the room, I'm like, well, it's because you're a bunch of comics, you bitches. Like,
exactly. That's exactly it. And yeah, you have to have that mindset that they're not there to laugh at everyone's jokes. They're there to get laughs for their own jokes.
Exactly. So I'm like, if I make you laugh, though, it just kind of shows me like, okay, this joke's got some potential. Like, I can definitely push the boundary with that one. Or like you said, like that 20% in the crowd, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, okay, you're not a comic. Let's see if I can make you guys laugh. And
you guys are laughing. Like, when I see that, I don't look at the comics. I look at them. Yeah. I'm trying to engage with them, because I know like I do the joke, I make them laugh, and I'm just like, yes, that's good. Bro. Same thing with the other side. I do the same thing. I'm just like, okay, you're making progress on Hell. if you look at a comic and you do a joke and they don't laugh, that shouldn't fucking deter you from not doing comedy. Like,
nah. And one thing that makes me think about it, like I always watch like a lot of comics, like especially the ones that sit in the back, because those are the ones you see and they'll just like literally you'll tell the funniest joke in the world and they'll be
exactly
just ha.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Right.
Like,
or they look up for a second and then they go back to their notes.
Yeah. They're like, he got a good laugh with that one. Anyways. It's like, dude, what happened?
Yeah. I like what you did last week with K Shane, where you guys did the whole like, this is how a proper way to do it and this is how the black way to do it. I think that was actually really funny.
Yeah.
But you guys should have more, like you guys went off the cuff.
Well, so it was literally like last second we said we should do this.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there at the bar and Kay's like, hey, we should try a bit real quick. And I was like, what? And he was like, basically like, cause you saw me, I had on like my work attire still. So I had on this like shirt and tie and shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, we should do like one where it's like you like saying it, how was your day in this sense? And then me being like, fuck you been up to, bro? You know what I mean? And so like the way he coined it was like, he said, like one person, you know, talking very like proper, and then the other one being very, and then that's when I was like, how'd you word it? He was like, niggerish. I was like, all right, perfect, like whatever. And then so we went from there, but we didn't understand like, I guess the ability of how to like have the conversation or like how to like address it, like what we're saying. That's why we were trying to go to the audience, like, tell us about your days, like who are you, like what do you do, like tell me about yourself.
And you,
so we could try and find things.
And I feel like that sense is hard to find the punchline. It's because you're kind of like, what if somebody says like losing their dog, and you have to think on the cuff. But if you have that written down, like you're just like, good idea, bad idea, and it's a good written joke, those would always kill. That's what I like about that.
Yeah, and that's why I liked it when we were talking, like I forgot, there was one in there that like worked really well because I said something, and then when I put it to Kay, he was like, you work with a bunch of white people, huh? I think it was like talking, like we were talking to the dude and like something about like, oh, where you work at? And he was like on base or something. And I was like, oh, that must be a very nice position, whatever, this and that. I was like, oh, he must be doing great there. And then like handed the mic to Kay and he was like, you work with a bunch of white people, don't you?
Yeah. And that right
like,
there.
And like people laughed at that, and I was like, that's great. And then we went to Karen. I think that made it better is because we went to Karen Carson, and then Kay was like, what you up to? And he was like, yeah, white lady in the front. Like he just said it like that, and I was like, oh wow, that's, yes ma'am, you there with the striped sweater or whatever.
Yeah. And
then she was like, I think I work with that guy. And so I was like, so Kay was like, so you do work with a bunch of white people. I was like, oh wow, you guys work together. That must be a great experience.
Right.
You know, just like,
you guys probably
like
have
that.
healthcare plans.
Exactly. And that shit was like, I want to try it again, but like you said, like just a better idea of what we're going to say when we go up there.
Exactly. Like, this is one thing that I've heard from comedy that kind of like deters me from doing it, is like, don't ask the audience questions, because they're never going to be able to give you the response that you want. Like, it can literally be like, it's like, what is something you did that kind of like whatever you don't like or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I covered myself with 2 blankets. What? You have to try to joke off of that when you can have your own written material for just like, good idea, breaking up with a woman. Bad idea, breaking up with a woman. And that's one of those things where you can work off of it, where you sit there, write the joke, write the punchline, and it'd be perfect, because that idea is great. I have a skit comedy thing that I want to do where I'm just like all like, a good idea and a bad idea, the same exact thing you did, but it's just the good idea is like one of those scenarios where like your dog pees in the room, and a good idea is like, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that, dog. I'm going to help you outside. Bad idea. Get a newspaper and just start beating the dog. And it's just like, that's one of those things, but it's written out. And that's why it's funny, is because I know the difference between the two. And I think that idea that you had was so perfect for that. So perfect.
Yeah. And that's why I like it. And, you know, bro, if you're ever down, bro, we should definitely do some skits together. I think it'd be funny, because me and Kay right now, we're trying to always like put out like a video or something. Just something funny that we like we got one, we haven't released it yet, but we're like, this could be, you know, potentially really funny. It's just like an idea of like, oh my goodness, bro, we were out there filming, it was probably like close to 8 o'clock at night. We were in the war zone, bro, And so like while we're recording, bro, we're doing like our lines and everything, and you just in the background you just hear gunshots, and we're like, we gotta fucking put that in there somewhere, bro. Like we just gotta use that footage. Like we gotta use part of that. Like somehow, some way, we gotta get like even if it's a blooper, we gotta get, because it's funny because like it goes off and like you could tell we both hear it because we're kind of like, shit.
Ears come up, eyes open up wide.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck. And then, like, even K, like, the way he looks, like, on camera, like, when you watch it, like, it goes off and he kind of turns his head, like, oh, shit. Like,
there you go.
Like, he looks like, fuck. So, I think, like, we could definitely do something, bro. Like, whenever you're down, I'm always trying to write, like, more ideas for that, too. Because you notice, like, all these, like, sketch and skit comedians are the ones who are getting like booked on these tours and stuff, like the national tours, and you're like, bro, I think I'd be funnier than you.
Dude, I see that all the time too. Like, I love Jared, he's a great guy, but there's some of his skits where I'm just like, dude, you should have went this direction. You should have done something this side. You know,
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I fuck with Jared. I've never watched any of his skits like all the way through. The only one I think I watched there was like one he did like a Jesus one, and I like watched it or something. And, like,
I was on that one.
Yeah, but like some of them I just never really watched all the way through. I'm like, yo, he's a funny dude, but at the same time, like when I'm putting it to my mind, I'm just like, nah, I don't feel like watching it. Like it just for some reason, bro. But he's always good with skits too. Yeah.
And I don't think he understands the aspect of the short attention span.
Yeah.
Don't put a skit up, dude. Put a short.
Yeah.
Short, 60 seconds. If you can make it funny, dude, it's gonna hit viral. Dude, I put up shorts, like I put up some of my comedy shorts or my guitar shorts. And those get the most views and they get the most subscribers. This podcast now, we've been doing it for this long. It's probably going to get like 17, 18 views.
Yeah.
It's going to get the crowd that I've developed, but it's not going to get new people out there.
Yeah.
The new people want to see these fucking scroll, funny, scroll, funny. And then they start liking and subscribing to your shit. And that's so crazy to think about that. This like, it's sad, but it's kind of cool where like you just have to put out very funny content with very minimal effort. Yeah. Very minimal. Yeah. And I've seen, dude, you have some skits that are like what, 1.2, almost like 2K, like
yeah, just quick stuff. Yeah, there's one, bro, I'm really proud of it. It's I did the choir directors. I was like the different choir directors in churches, and that shit was so funny, bro. Like I fucked with it. But, like, I thought it was crazy. It's, like, at 40K right now. And I'm like, how did that shit hit 40K? And when I looked at it, I was like, it's because it's so fucking quick. And, like, everything that I'm saying is just funny. It pulls people in immediately, bro.
What's your YouTube channel?
I'm just AJ _. That should be it. I don't maybe not.
You have way too many AJ _. You got to come up with something more unique.
See, no, that's the thing though. Fuck that. That's my uniqueness is that I'm just fucking AJ. Let me see. It's AJ. It's I'm just AJ _. Oh, 5465. Of course. Okay, it's not that unique. All right, fine. I'm not that original. Once you see the numbers at the end of your shit, you're like, yeah, you're not the most original.
AJ _ 5465.
Yeah. I'm just, bro.
See, like that's one of those things, dude. You can't find it.
Oh my God.
See, that's another thing that people don't develop is that they don't have a uniqueness to their channel.
What does that say? What'd you type in?
AJ _
Nah. I'm just AJ. Like it's literally I'm just AJ. Like that's key. Yeah. You got to get the I'm just a,
there we go. Okay.
There we go. Yeah.
And it's not even I am. It's just I am.
Yeah, I'm just AJ. That's it, bro. So like all this shit's like like the one of me in the brown coat. I thought that one was really funny because like that's really what happens. Or the me in the black hoodie because like that's like I did a voiceover from the Boondocks with like the Santa stalker where Riley's like, "Dear Santa, you a bitch ass nigga."
How your lady?
See, and that like that made me.
Oh, bro,
that's the fucking peaches one.
Peaches
look at the fucking comments. Fuck that guy.
When you shave your peaches for the first time.
See if you could like. I guess it doesn't show it. That's weird. It should show the one comment. But like, he was just like, you're fucking gay. I was like, suck my dick, bro. But yeah, I got a bunch of just random ones, and then the one that did like it did 40K on like Instagram, and I was like, wow, interesting. All right, cool, that works.
And that's another crazy thing too, how the algorithm works. Like you have to figure out the day to post it, the time, and what hashtags you need.
Yeah, bro, because I posted that one. I think it was like 6 o'clock at night, and that shit just jumped all of a sudden, like 8 o'clock at night, and it just blew up, and I was like, yo, this shit's going. And then all of a sudden, like, it just kept going. Like, even now to this day, like, I'll randomly get a like for that video, and I'm like, bro, that's been like 3-4 months now. I was like, that's crazy.
That is sick.
Yeah, and then I got one of me, the one I was just playing right now when I was in when I was in Miami, the one I was like, just a quick joke about being black.
What's like being black from New Mexico?
Bro,
yeah.
so
1.7K, dude.
And then on my Instagram, it's doing like 4K right now. I was like, so it's not doing too bad, you know? Like, people just like it.
It's crazy. You tell people you from New Mexico. First thing they ask is like, oh, is that like Mexico? Kind of, but it's newer. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Bro, such a basic
like,
joke, but it laughed
Spanish?
like the
I want
laughs.
to know when I'm getting called a nigga. That's it.
How is it doing comedy somewhere else besides New Mexico?
It's fun, bro, because, like, the crowd doesn't really know you. You don't really know the crowd, and you don't even know anything about that city. So, like, when you, like, go to tell these jokes, like, maybe they're laughing with you, maybe they're laughing at you. Like, you just don't know what to expect. And I think that's what I like the most is that when I got there, I was just like, I can try and read this crowd all the time, but I don't know shit about this city.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, these people. So, like, for example, like, everybody in there, it was at the SLS Brickell, which is a really nice, like, luxury hotel. So that whole crowd is basically, like, just people with money, bro. Like, these are people who, like, we got dollars. Like, we can spend in here. Like, we don't care.
Yeah, we can steal napkins if we needed to.
Fuck stealing. They sponsor the fucking napkins, all right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, when I was sitting there, like, because the dude who put me on, it was actually Oscar Colazos. He's a comic from New York.
Okay.
But he was born in Orlando. So at first when I was trying to get out there, I asked so many people, bro. Like, I was like, hey, does anybody know somebody in Miami that I can get on with for just, like, I just want to do a little time in Miami, just record it, see if I, like, even get laughs. You know what I mean? I just want to, like, for myself. And so it's like I put that out there. I put it in the, you know, like the Facebook pages. I put it in the Miami comment. I was like, hey, I'm going to be in Miami, just looking to do some time. Like, you know, like I can send like references, resource, like I can send video. Like if you guys want to see if I'm funny or not, whatever. Nobody responded. One comic from here was like, hey, bro, I know some people. I can put you on. And then I was like, okay, bet. Thank you. I appreciate that. And they never got back to me. I was like, okay, cool. Whatever. I'm going to dust it off. So finally, the last person I could think of who might have a connection in Florida was this comic. I just met him out here at Dry Heat. I was like, hey, man, like, it's a long shot, but I know you're from Florida. Do you know any comics in Miami? Maybe I could do a show there. He puts me on with this dude named Manny. Manny, the Miami comedy page on Instagram, he runs that page. Like, all his everything he puts on is on that page. Like, he does the whole Miami comedy page. And I was like, so this dude pretty much is Miami comedy.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, I can get you 5 minutes. I was like, bet, I'll take it.
Let's do it, yeah.
Yeah, so I go out there, I meet the dude. He's like, to be honest with you, like, I don't really know you. This is last minute, so I can give you 5 minutes, like, this and that. I was like, man, that's all I want. Let's go. And so, and that's why I said, like, I hate, like, the idea of censorship in comedy, saying, like, hey, man, there's, like, a, you know, like, PG-13, or it's, like, PG, or it's, like, this is a, you know, one of those crowds you can't say that in front of, whatever. So I was like, hey, man, just before I go up there, any rules? He was like, what do you mean? I was like, you know, like, is there anything, like, I just, like, things I can't say when I'm up there? He was like, and he was one of the people who said, he was like, bro, just, it's like, as long as it's funny, it's cool.
Do whatever you need to.
Yeah, he's like, as long as you're getting laughs, it's all right. And then he was like, you're not going to go up there and be like, Kanye was right about the Jews or something, right? I was like, no, that's, I was like, that's not what I'm going to say.
I got a direction. I'm okay.
Yeah, I was like, that's not what I'm going to do. He's like, all right, then, yeah. He was like, you know Oscar? He's like, Oscar, you've heard his comedy before? I was like, okay, bet, you know? So that's when I went up there. I made that joke. I was like, yeah, enough to know when I'm being called a nigga. Like, and then as soon as they started laughing at that, I was like, oh, the rest of these jokes going to be fine.
Yeah, you know where you're at.
Yeah, I was like, we're good. So then I just started ripping them, bro, and that shit was fun. Like,
that's dope.
Especially, like, because I think what's dope is you get that opportunity to just go be goofy. Like, they don't fucking, like, even, and don't get me wrong, I would never want to bomb in another city. I would hate that feeling. I know it. I haven't done it so far, but I know I would hate that feeling to go to somebody else's city in their scene, and they're like, don't ever put that nigga on stage again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Like, to go up there and just, like, as soon as they, like, just get laughs off the rip, I was like, yeah, I'm fucking with this. Like, I like it. And it's nice because, like you said, bro, there's jokes you've worked a million times and you feel like, how do they translate? 9 times out of 10, they probably translate pretty well.
Yeah.
You know?
Because, one of the rules that I've ever found from comedy is just, like, make it sound like you're saying it for the first time, but with meaning. Yeah. And that's from the repetitions. That's where those repetitions come from. You say it so many times when you go to a new city and you say that new joke, dude, they kill. And I feel that sometimes too now. Like, I have anime jokes to galore, but nobody really understands anime that much. But when I do like a show at a Comic-Con or I do a show at an anime con, they fucking hit so hard. And I know is because, like, I know the crowd that I'm working right now. Yeah. And that kind of happens when you, like you said, you tried that joke. You know they laughed at this joke. So the rest is all going to be fucking smooth sailing because you know that they're like, okay, they get a little bit of the racist jokes and stuff like that. All my other jokes are pretty good like that too. So I'm going to work that shit in there so good.
Yeah, bro. And that shit's just so fucking, it's a great fucking feeling, bro. Like, I'm telling myself, like, I want to try and go, like, just somewhere, like, bigger, like San Francisco, LA, you know? Yeah,
Austin
Dallas,
kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, try somewhere bigger than now. Because Miami. But Miami comedy, it's, like, just what's so crazy about it was, like, in that room, in that moment, I was like, bro, these people are probably from all over this area, or like the comics themselves from all over this area, like of Miami. Like, it's not just Miami when you think about it. They're like from like surrounding cities and stuff. But like, we're in Albuquerque, but you know, we got Rio Rancho. Yeah. They got like 6 Rio Ranchos in Miami. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They got
like,
6 Albuquerques, all that drive just to Miami.
Exactly. So it's like they all come to Miami. So it's pretty cool to see, because then you're thinking like, okay, like, I'm making a lot of different people laugh from different like walks of life. So that's why I want to try like somewhere where it's like bigger, where, you know, comedy's really, really known. Like, my biggest stop I want to try and do comedy in is just like New York, because I feel like that's one of the places where like, nah, everything flies. The literally only fucking rule, just be fucking funny.
That's a diverse crowd, I think, too. Is like Miami and LA is where the diversity starts, and then you start going to these other little cities, and then you're just like, okay, I got to work on like racist comedy, or I got to work on like white humor, and I got to work on like, you know, bro, like working from the suburbs and stuff like that.
Yeah. And I mean, I tell myself all the time, like, would I really like, how many fucks would I give about like, I guess, being funny to like, I guess, a suburban crowd in another city? Yeah. Like, if I was ever in like LA and then I end up doing a show in like Beverly Hills, like, well, I really care if they didn't laugh, you know? Yeah.
And you can already see it. You're just like, well, that's a whole different crowd. That's not the diversity crowd. That's like, I'm from the fucking suburbs, and this is where that they come to see that shit.
Yeah, and I always tell myself, like, I'd care if they like didn't laugh, but at the same time, I tell myself, like, I'd get it if they didn't, like, if I just didn't present it to them in a way that they understood. Yeah. You know? Because I feel like that's a big thing in comedy too. Is like you said, reading the crowd, and then like you're just looking around, and you're like, all right, if I said like, oh, they're capping, you know what I mean? They're like, fuck's capping? I think that means somebody got shot. It's like, it could, but that's not what I'm using it for in this sense. Yeah, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's some shit right there. All right, I got a couple segments we can go through. Let's do a couple segments. Let's see what we got here. It's fucking. This one is called Rapid Fire.
Rapid Fire.
Okay, so what I am gonna do is I am gonna say a word, and I want you to say the first thing that comes to your head.
All right.
Try not to think about it. Just try to say anything that you think of that comes to your head, okay?
Oh, this is going to get outlandish.
All right, this is rapid fire, all right, everybody? Here we go.
Yeah.
Music.
Lil Wayne.
Food.
Good.
Black.
Me.
Car.
Drive.
Super.
Hero.
Native American.
That's actually, I went blank on that one. I don't know why. Like, I feel like Native American is one of those words where it's just, that's it. It's Native American. Like, the next, you wonder what I really thought of after you said Native American? I thought Native American.
I think Josh Fournier. But we're still there. All right, next word. Gold.
Digger.
Maze.
Runner.
Fast.
Jogger.
Drugs.
Good. Well, good.
That's it.
Like,
that's rapid fire, dude. We got 10 rapid fire questions. Almost everybody that I've had on my podcast goes through that, and you would be surprised what they say.
Bro.
So check it out, MuseMeTV. See what the answers are. Do what you can. We got a few more. We're gonna go to the cards. We're gonna have a few. See what the cards say, and then you just answer what the question is of the card. Okay?
Yeah. Big bet.
Imagine we all had to start over on Mars, and what were responsibilities for chosen who get to play a part in humanity 2.0? How would you decide on who is accepted? A whole new start on Mars. Who gets to do what and why?
Ooh. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I would look at genetic makeup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we get a whole new start. It's like we might as well just see like who's prone to some shit that's really fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Who's got mental disabilities? Let's not bring that here.
yeah. Like,
Who's got genetic abilities? Let's bring that here.
like some shit that's really crazy. Like for example, if you got like I don't know, like say you got like if you got fucking Alzheimer's, it's like why are we gonna bring the people with Alzheimer's? You
Why
know
are
what I
we
mean?
trying to breed more people with Alzheimer's?
Like that's a gene we don't really need, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So it's like like you know, Alzheimer's, like you said, Down syndrome. It might be one of those things you're like, yeah, shit, we
could use without it.
I mean, I don't want to say we're going to, like, just leave them all, but, like, fuck, you know, we got to do something.
No, we're trying to make a better
like,
place.
let's think about it. We got a whole new chance. Let's think about this, you guys.
Okay, we got another card here. If you were president, what would be the first thing you would do?
I'd get some head in the Oval Office, for sure.
Wow.
I'd pull a Bill Clinton.
So you
immediately.
can't. You wouldn't be the first.
No, if I was, like, a president, though, it's not about being the first. It's like, yo, I just got my dick sucked in the Oval Office.
All right. Secretary, fucking janitor,
Whoever.
Who gives a
I'd just
fuck?
be like, bro, I just got my dick sucked.
housekeeping. I just want them
Bro.
to suck my dick.
I'd literally be in the Oval Office every day at 12 noon with my fucking pants down and my dick on hard. Like, somebody's going to suck this shit today. Like,
And they're gonna get a promotion for it.
like, God damn it, you're about to get a promotion and you're going to get a book out of this. Those
Right.
sales are going to be crazy.
And even if it doesn't hit in the next 10 years, it'll hit eventually.
Exactly.
Okay, we got one more.
Yeah.
If your final 24 hours on Earth, you're the great shape and have limitless funds, what would you do?
I'm in great shape, limitless funds.
And it's your last 24 hours on Earth. What would you do?
Oh, I'd go to, like, some country that's just, like, known for, like, bitches fucking. Like, I'm in great shape. It's my last 24 hours. Like, I'm
Guatemala.
enjoying. I got all kinds of. Oh, yeah.
We're going to
Bruh.
Cuba.
Bro, I'm going to go have a fucking ball. 24 hours? Like, I don't got shit else to do. You know what's so crazy? I go have a ball. I'd probably bring my immediate family. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, I'd be like, yo, we all going to kick it, whatever, on an island. I'm going to get some pussy sometime during this day, though, for sure. Like, whenever y'all be like, all right, we finna go back to the hotel. Cool. I'm going to go knock a bitch off real quick.
I'll be right back. You guys
I'll
take your
be-
time.
You guys get ready, whatever. Like, yo, I got 24 hours. I'm not finna. I'm not taking no naps. Like, none of that. Like, yo, like, I'm ready to go all day. Like,
We'll be
that's it.
good.
Like, trust me, this whole 24 hours, I'm up. Like, we're not doing shit.
That's dope.
Or I shouldn't say we're not doing shit. Y'all not doing shit.
You're not
I'm
doing
shit.
I'm living my life here.
Yeah, I'm about to go enjoy this.
That's what's up, man. Well, AJ, we've been here for 2 hours. I appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah.
Give another shout out of anywhere they can find you, anywhere they think they can, anything you want them, just promote some shows, do whatever you think you need to.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Fucking, you can find me on literally all social media. I'm just AJ_. I am JUST AJ_ on Instagram, Twitter. Shit, if you put it in on Facebook, it'll probably link you to my Facebook profile. You put it on TikTok, it'll link you to my TikTok. I'm gonna be at Sunday service on March 19th. I'm gonna be at the Roast Battles March 15th. I'm gonna be at King of the Ring on March 29th. Brew Labs on April 3rd. Like, I'm just like wherever you catch me. But if you catch me on social media, you're going to be able to see it all. For sure.
I am AJ Mathews.
I'm just AJ_. That's it. Cause I'm just AJ, baby. Like, that's it. I'm just a regular ass nigga.
You guys know what's up, man. MuseMeTV, dude. Thanks again for coming, man. You're the shit.
Bro,
dude.
thank you for having me, bro.
That was fun, dude. That was the shit. That's what I live for, man.
Yeah, that's a good laugh, bro.
You guys know what to do, guys. Subscribe, like, comment, give me some fucking bits. I don't give a shit. Just fucking follow me anywhere social media. Remember, MuseMeTV, guys. You guys are awesome. Have a good night, everybody. You guys are sick.
Oh man, that shit's fucking hilarious, bro. That's fun. Bro, this is a dope podcast, man.
Yeah, right. That's dude, and I love it that it's more like just off the cuff. If you can think of something, if you can just fucking want to come on here and talk, dude, that's what I'm here for. It's like you come, dude. I learned more about my fitness than any